I am like not feeling good, but at the same time, I'm like, whatever. Gotta do some shit anyways. I am now on ship 1. Let me think. How many times did I went on ship 2? I think I only went there twice. Ship 1 right now is having 3. So, most likely around next week, I might be visiting the other ships again. But yeah, hey there, Red Hearts, and hey there, Derek. How you doing? I am right now not in fucking drinking last night and shit. Clicked right away when I seen that notice. How you two doing today? Right now I'm just trying to remember what I wanted to do, but yeah. Zero9 says, hey, a robot bird, yep. Now I feel like I can actually try to work with something once I do a bit of the, what is it? Once I do a bit, god damn it. Why is this all mixed up? A bit of the battle mission pass. So, staring at this thing, I feel like I'm gonna go the cosmetic route compared to getting mission badges. And I'm a bit confused about something. Can someone give me a bit of clarity with this? But is it just me, or they only give you certain mission badges? They give you only certain mission badges if you go the certain route over here. Because from what I'm staring at, you only get... I don't know what you get in the over limits, but for like 3 of these, it's only like 10 of them. And then there's another good... I don't know, this is weird. Because I don't like the fact that you had to choose a technical side or then like cosmetic side. Neptune's like, what's happening, gamers? Hey there, Neptune. Pretty good. And how long you gonna be on ship 1 for? I'll be going to and fro, so you might see me stream it, you might not see me stream, but I'm on ship 1. So, I'll try to be as active, depending on whenever I feel like doing it. But yeah, I saw some other stuff going on in ship 1. I've been logged in for a couple hours now. Excuse me. Now I'm trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I need to feed my mag. Could use Dex mags. Hey there, T. Derek says it's either clothes or mission badge. Red Heart says overlimit is more cosmetics to account, bind, basically, and then they're the outfits and cast parts on overlimit. She's like, if you go to 31, 35, some of the cosmetics repeat more, so you can grab them later, kind of thing. Or you can account lock. Hello there, Jeremy, how you doing? What would you say is the best place to farm crack? It will be ship infiltration. It's gonna be on ultra hard. Had to be, I think, 85 for that. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a, I think that's what I remember staring at it. I was like, I don't like this. Anyways, let me try to do some of these tier missions. Clear an urgent quest 5 times. Time attack with it. Why are they making me go through a time attack? Oh my god, that's, yeah. What the hell is the Night Followers? Enhance a ring, fish 15 times, defeat 5 Rappies. The hell are these sort of tier missions? I don't like them. Corrupted cores. That's a bit advanced. Alright. Let's see if we can get some stuff. Well, the crack can also drop in the extreme quest, but you had to get that masquerade with that barrier for it to become a possible drop. Oh wait, no, I can guess what a Night Follower is by looking at this thing that I did. Ah, okay. Maybe it's actually aligned to my level as well. Oh, it looks like I had to go to that area. Coronias. Yep. I think there's one of them that I did not unlock yet, surprisingly. Oh wait, shit. I should have asked. Is the music too loud or is it good? You can hear me fine? Hold up, I feel like I'm missing a map. Oh wait, it's right there anyways. Don't have any boost on. Could use don't want to use a 250. Is it really good? I don't know. Like some of those items, once again, in that mission pass, battle pass, it used to be a fun thing. So it's like they could have just left it in the fun and maybe put a couple old AC items in there. And then, well, no, even then it's like you still gotta choose. I guess it depends on how you view things. Because if you tend to just get the fashion stuff and you don't feel like these ones in the mission pass, battle pass is good, you can go the mission pass route or mission badge currency. Blaze says, I'm glad Harkaton time attack is pretty easy. Yeah, that thing made it a lot better, but it still didn't alleviate the what is it? The amount of time attacks we still had to do back then over on the Japanese PSO2. It was ridiculous. Derek says, hey Morph, what did you do yesterday after you left your video? Oh, well, yeah, I just put in 18 plus. I apologize if you guys couldn't watch it just because I knew that if I was really drunk, I would go into a lot of 18 R-rated stuff. So yeah, I had to put that. So all I did was pretty much go on ship 2, did some dabs because, you know, well, this guard told me that if I go to ship 2, I do an X amount of dabs depending on how many votes we got. And then what else? And pretty much we just goofed off. I goofed off and just leveled up, so nothing too big about it. We did go into some 18 plus compensations. David's like, I'm sure you already answered this, but where would be your recommended? Well, yeah, infiltration, but I think if you really want to speed through things and try to gamble to get like a higher crack grade, it's gonna be Extreme Quest. Extreme Quest has a chance, but you had to get Masquerade with that barrier, meaning you had to complete Stage 4. If you don't do Stage 4 and complete Stage 4, you're not gonna get the guy with the barrier. Free food exploration is a thing, but they don't, not a lot of people do that. Hey there, Mel. Hey, Morph. What's your favorite class? I will have to default and say Braver because Braver is the first class I ever went for. Braver was the class that I still like and still go to, even though I play a lot of the other classes now, especially with Successor. Well, at least with the Phantom class, but Braver is my go-to. Phantom is my second because I'm already comfortable with it. Well, Phantom Rifle specifically. And I'm like using an OG I keep on forgetting to change the name over here. I want to call it Zakra, but it's called Cherry Blossom. I'm like, really? What's this? I am Morph. Hey there, Wes. How you doing? David says, I've killed the cracked out of Masquerade 50 times and have only gotten 2. Yeah, ship infiltration would be the better option then. Well, is it better? I don't know. Problem is, you guys don't have the easy way to farm it. There's one big quest that you guys don't have yet that actually drops crack really easily, and that's how I got so many of mine on the Japanese PSO2. This is a bit of a spoiler verbally, but obviously you guys went through a bunch of episodes. You got the episode 1 through 3 limited quest, episode 4 limited quest, episode 5 limited quest. Guess what? There's an episode 6 limited quest. If you played a waiting game, you could farm those episode 6 triggers, do the episode 6 limited quest, and you get a bunch of those cracks. But it has to be from the trigger quest. And obviously to get the, what was it? If you run that episode 6 limited quest, there is a chance for that trigger to drop, which then you can use to farm crack. Not only that, there were several other quests on the Japanese side that allowed us to get cracks naturally, like the 2020 seasonal summer urgent quests. So if you played a waiting game, you'll be able to get a lot of things easily, but that depends on if you want to gamble on trying to get those pieces or if it's gonna happen, or you can try to get them out of the way now. Just depends on your approach. So yeah, if you wait for that episode 6, hopefully it comes out like once you guys get that last urgent quest, the big major urgent quest. Then you can farm that instead. That is a lot better to farm for in terms of cracks. It's also a four-man party too, so you can always get your buddies to come along and help you. Redheart says, Ranger and Phantom Rifle are 2 different. Yeah, it is. It is like don't try to compare like what is it? I don't know if anyone did bring that up, but yeah, Phantom Rifle is different from the Ranger Rifle, and the thing is, I'll say Ranger has a lot more gimmicks and things you really need to know, because you don't want an incompetent Ranger. It takes practice though, which is why I'm not a big fan of it, and that's why you don't see me with Ranger. There's several classes that I know that you could do really well in, but you need to practice and put some time into it. And yeah, some of them I never actually touched, like Tekker, or I did play with Ranger in the past, but it's scary when people really were hounding you and saying like, hey look, yeah, you need to make sure you shoot the weak bullets at these certain weak spots. Hey there Ricky, how you doing? I also started playing a 12 instead of Phantom, so I haven't really tried it till like 2 days ago. What, the Phantom? Oh shit, where's my... Okay, I'm gonna get out of my butt. Oh wait, I just realized I have a fever. Hey there HHH, how you doing? Yeah, I was surprised yesterday when I put up that 18 plus restriction. It was only like half of the audience, half the people that came to my Japanese stream. I was like, huh, most likely not everyone is 18 plus. Noted. And it was like Laugh Loud Red, same-ish. I play a Twal and I tried to play other classes, but keep going back to a Twal. Sometimes you just get used to a class. This is why I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone. For now, with this character, they're kind of in my comfort zone because they're going to the classes that I'm already familiar with. With my second character on ship 2, I am using a class that I am working on, which is Luster. And then, what is the third character I might make? I'm debating about this one, is a tank character, like a legit tank character, not like someone with a bunch of HP. I mean an actual tank that is designed to, you know, just withstand a lot of one-shots and other things. The only problem with me using a tank in this game is that they won't be able to kill shit. But I'm gonna make a super tank anyways. I want to see like if I can survive some of these one-shots over on the NA side and just have fun goofing off in a bit. Well, that's gonna take some time too, because like a tanky build requires very specific classes. But the one thing I am gonna be working on the Japanese side that I'm not gonna disclose yet is one of my characters, because some people requested me to actually get the one character that is badass looking, but I just haven't used a lot of them. 112 is really fucking broken and tanky. Like, who's calling? Who? Alright, be right back. I have no clue what that number is or that call ID. Oh. Love your videos, thanks for that. Oh yeah, also, if you guys do have me as a friend and you see me on and I'm not like streaming or anything and you want to hang out, bother me. Just bother me. Hey dude, I just uploaded the Worlds Beyond video. Yeah, I saw it with your Phantom gameplay. I'm surprised that Masquerade didn't nerf you, which is weird. Hempsey says, show us your lewd symbol arts. I don't have any lewd symbol arts. I don't... Well, I do have symbol arts on Japan, but not over here in the... Wait a second, hold up. I wonder, could I get the symbol arts from Japan over to NA? Now, I need to experiment with that later or look into it. Lay says, what's up, Morph? Been catching your streams more now. That's good to hear. I was planning to make my Atoll, but I kind of only like... What? S-Blades? Is Morph saying to add him? I mean, if you want to add me, sure. I'm not denying it. And once again, if you see me online and I'm not streaming or anything and you want to talk, see me, it is fine for you to do that. I am open to that. Because I am not going to be talking to anyone unless they approach me. It's just how I do stuff in real life, and it's the same thing in game. Just got a hangover. I slept in late, a lot longer than I want to. I did wake up early. But no, I didn't have like a deadly hangover. It's more like I kind of reflected on what I fucking did and I kind of went back into bed saying, oh shit, I said all that crap. Oh well, whatever, fine. This is so weird. Okay, that is different. However, right now I'm collecting fun points, so I'm gonna use the AIs. Wait, what was one of the decline orders? The tier mission says clear this. I had to defeat so many of these, and it has to be above a certain level 21 and up. Actually, no, I know how to deal with that. I can kill a lot of things if I do... Hark. Oh god, why am I doing Hark? It's not a super hard... Ah, well, whatever. What is it, sub? Why did it have it in a sub? Like, give me the quest list. I'm a bitch about some of these small little things. Wait, where's the Hark one? Why is it not registered in here? Or game. Why is this not registered? Hold up, I'm so confused. What did I not do? Hold up. What the heck? I'm so lost. Why is Hark not unlocked for me? Is it because I didn't do episode 3 stuff? Oh god. This is actually annoying me. I'm clicking on stuff and I'm like, where's the thing? It's called fucking episode editions. I guess I have to do this maybe to unlock it. Ship 1 is great, dang, ship 3. Libs is like, any ship winner? Nice. Spirit says yes, you can import simple arts. Must copy the content on your JP40 to anyone. Ooh, alright, let's see if that... Let me pull that up on this side if I remember where it is. Documents. Should be in Sega. Alright, let me copy that. I see Hololive means. Okay, I might need to actually look a bit further into that with the symbol art transfer over. Anyways, what am I doing? Facility, right? People say our ship is dead. I'll be visiting ship 3. It'll most likely be by around next week. This song? There you go. Wait, who said that? I'm trying to catch up to chat since I was like distracted and trying to do something. Soaring blade are kind of broken there. Oh yeah, soaring blades, those 14 stars. Hensy says the dev team of Global actually sent me a warning once I logged in that my symbol art in my player shop was inappropriate, and if I didn't change it, they would take further actions against my account. What the hold up. Wait, so the GM I can't say the same, but I never bumped into one of these GMs. I don't know how I feel about something like that. It's like, well, how define inappropriate. Is it inappropriate where it's like lewd? If it's lewd, it's just lewd. It's not actual fucking nudity. I never bumped into it. I didn't even bump into a GM in the game. That is something. Sure, if you want to give it. I have no clue if... No, I don't think my chat can support any outside links. You might need to do it somewhere else. Maybe post it on my Discord, and then I'll be able to stare at it. But yeah, it's like... What? You had to get mad at lewd here. What? Like I said, I put all of the Meseta in Dog Coin. Now I have all the fashion I ever wanted. Divs are kind of useless on an A, not gonna lie. Oof. Alright, let me see. Put it in general. Oh wait, no, you just logged into general. Cause it's really, it's like GMs are supposed to like address some of the things that are a bit bigger than that, not anything. Cause like I get it, yeah, it's lewd, but at the same time, lewd isn't like straight up porn nudity. I've seen porn nudity symbol art. Huh, wait. If I say that word, is that really bad? Most likely it is bad. Oh well. Let's see. Put it in general. What the heck? Get that email out of here. What the heck? That is, I'm not gonna pull it up onto the chat, but really? In terms of service. Do I really want to read the terms of service? I don't know. Hold up. Kinda had that pulled up. I can't even... let's zoom in. How is that lewd? What the heck? Are those people blind to what it is? Unless they think really dirty thoughts. The fuck is wrong with with that? That's like your custom SA2, right? Anyways, what am I doing? Trying to unlock this expedition stuff and get that time attack. I think it should have been unlocked to me now, maybe? Yes, there we go. I did have to go through facilities. Great, thanks, game. Red's like, hey, Morph. Hey there, Red. How you doing? Looks like you guys are meeting up in game, but that is it's all good, Neptune. I'll add you. Besides, it sounds like I haven't to mention it. Oh. Okay, so I was just talking to Hensey in the Discord chat during that age. So that the simple art that I put up was after. Gaming says, Morph, you're a big inspiration. Thanks for all your videos and streams with all the PSO2 knowledge. Yeah, you're welcome. I don't know if I'm that big of an inspiration. I just do whatever I want to do in a sense. But it's glad that I can inspire some of you all. Or at least give my knowledge down to you guys. I will still be playing the game. It's just that, what is it? NGS is going to come around the corner. And then not only that, I have no clue what's going to happen in the future for me. Since I also got giant plans I want to do. Like Blaze says, yo Morph, did you need fashion items in particular? Nah, don't worry about me. Don't you dare spend on me while I'm on global. I can get my own stuff, guys. I appreciate the love and appreciation, but don't worry about it. Because like technically you aren't allowed to put loot essay in Japan too, but it seems like GM in Japan aren't super strict with that stuff. I mean, there's also other things that kind of happen in the background too. But like if I read the terms in service, I guess there is going to be some sort of thing that you have to note. But I'm not going to read an entire pamphlet about that. Even though they kind of put their game rated M now, it's like, wait a second, so we can't really have like lewd stuff. If it's lewd, it's not. Once again, like lewd is just lewd. It's not really going past like very disturbing things. But then again, global might be a bit different because their mindset and their approach and what they kind of stress on is like different from that of Japan. Because a good example of that is the lolly thing. Now, I get it, some of you guys aren't a big fan of it, and I'm not gonna, you know, dive too deep into this talk again. But it's just that, you know, there's those who would think the extremes, and then there's those who don't, and then it's just a cultural difference as well. Or like, you know, it's you know, some of this is just fiction, but some people would take it literal. And this is why there's always a debate on this damn thing, even outside of like a video game, in anime, in real life as well. Morph, I learned something last night. I learned that abduction is best for vet farming. Really? I'd rather take the extreme quest over that. Hey there, crew, how you doing? You need some guardian so you did have some lying in my storage. No, I am good. Guys, do not. I am okay with trying to farm for stuff again. Do not give me anything. If you want to, and I mean, that's on you, but like still, no. Like, I appreciate the Rappy suit, for example, and a bit of Masteta to help me out, but yeah, no, don't give me as much. Tactical says, what is lewd cocksgun? Always has been. And once again, I also went into that spiel last night. Anything can be twisted to your definition. Anything can be subjective, so if someone says that lewd, if someone said it's not lewd, and then, you know, they go into a debate, talk about it, and they don't find a middle ground and an agreement to something, they just get to have that stern view about certain things. We could try, but he won't accept. What, the stuff? I mean, if you already plop it down in my room and stuff, I can't really say no to it. It's kind of stuck in my room. Now don't worry, wait, shit, what is that? I'm sitting on a bunch of older AC items I'm too lazy to sell. You should most likely try to sell most of it with NGS, even though there's that N factor coming in. I just realized that Abby had a good point about something, and I just rethought about it. Selling some of the investment items or any accessories like later when NGS is about to come, it's going to be good because a lot of people will be coming back into the game. Especially for like the Japanese side, a lot of old players or those who are in global that are just waiting for the NGS, they'll most likely log back in, and then if they have or want something, they'll start looking up in the market, then you can sell stuff. So that might happen. It's still a gamble. What might happen as well is that if I don't sell most of my stuff, I will most likely end up giving away a lot of stuff on the Japanese side. Maybe. Just depends on what it is. Like, I can give away a couple of voices that aren't as expensive, or some cosmetic items that I know that I don't really want to tamper with. Oh gosh, it's Griffin. HH says, what are you doing here, Morph? I thought you Vietnam fast back in time attacks. You see, apparently there's tier missions that revolve around time attacks, and I didn't want to do it, and there was also an ARCS mission as well, but and then not only that, I can still stomach them, but if I try to do a lot of vet runs, like I gotta be 1 on autopilot mode, or 2, I gotta have like a bunch of other buddies where we can joke around and fool around and I can ignore that, but or 3, it's ARC's weekly missions where I had to do them. I'm doing it also for this 90 kill for Nightfallers, apparently just the Hark mobs, and then it's telling me to do some other things as well, trying to get some stuff from the mission pass, battle pass. Yes, it's about 20 Hark runs, and if you do Darkness Prestige on XH, the only TA that has XH Plus, then you're guaranteed to have Vet 3 per run. And it's about 45 minutes per Vet 3 guaranteed. I'd rather just gamble with the Extreme Quests, because the Extreme Quests, like, there's a chance within those 15 minutes I can get a returner, a veteran resolve 3 at an 8 slot or lower, or at least at 4 slot or higher. And if I can do that multiple times and I am lucky to get that, then that is a huge plus side. But once again, it's up to you on how you want to execute said runs. What did you tell Carp about affixing his weird affix methods? Oh, I didn't say anything. Wait, what? Wait, hold up. Why are you bringing this up? I didn't really say it directly to anyone. If it's not that method they display isn't bad. It's just that they have to stress the consequence of that, you know, pros and cons. The thing about the method that Corpy did, and then some I think Pigeon was the one that also illustrates it as well. The problem is they didn't explain what you are doing in terms of your capsules, and that takes away an option when, you know, you could try to at least make it yourself. Now, if you're 100% sure you're not even gonna go for Guardian Superior, then so be it. But you're eating up a lot of passes if you do the +1/+1 method, and you just don't, you know how to skip numbers and actually save a good chunk of your passes. It's like you gotta explain something, you gotta point out the pros and cons. I think this is a new group, so we just get to do this. HHS says, I see, yeah, luckily I just selling vets now and then I'm set. Red says, are the AI players in the game worth wait, what? AI players? What AI players? And then Hensy says, Morphe Senpai, what's your player ID in NA? It is gonna be Zillion Sherelle. Let me type that up. That's with the Steam account that I have. I am most likely gonna be getting my Microsoft account for next week. So that's gonna have a different name depending on what ship I go to. But yeah, like there's things you gotta be just aware of. Now I already said did I already stress that out? I don't know. Wait, hold up. What do you mean this video? He says this is insufficient. It's not that it's insufficient, it's just that you need to point out the cons. Now I might have over-exaggerated something, but where... Okay, now this is actually getting to me. I am tempted to look at this. Yeah, hold up. Now this is... Because you have to point at the things. A lot of these people just talk about it and don't stress how you're using a lot of the mission badge currency and then the transfer abilities. It is only efficient if you are definitely 100% sure not going for something. I'll most likely accept it. I'm actually... New video. Okay. That's what you meant. I'll look into it. It's brand new. Hold up. Since you guys are bringing this up, I really don't want to do this in a stream, but you guys are bringing this up and it's kind of, yeah, something. Is that the video, Nate? Alright, once I go through this, we'll take a look at it. Cause like, if you get to teach, you gotta once again just know the pros and cons and know where what your people are getting themselves into. Okay. Like, the things you guys said, I was like, hold up, I am super confused. I don't, wait, what? Man, don't remind me about the transfer passes. I still don't have enough, and I'm afraid I won't get. You'll get it. You'll get it. Just play the waiting game. You'll get it eventually. A lot of the things that... Here's the thing. Like, the reason, or the way I got into my last unit piece with the Guardian Soul, Absolute Glare, Crack 5, Returner 5, like, a lot of the stuff to get will be easy if you play the waiting game, and I don't want to say that because it kind of irks me because, you know, it's the waiting game, but at the same time, it's like, it's true, because guess what? Sega had made it easy to get a lot of these abilities, so you don't really need to. Maybe you can wait for future content like the episode 6 where you can try to farm Crack 5 easily, so you can now put your time towards something else. It's hard for me to even say this too, just because global is very weird and it is not a guaranteed right off the bat, and I don't know when they get it added. So another thing is NGS is moving around the corner, so how active are you going to be when, like, you know, stuff about NGS is kind of creeping up on the game? There's so many factors that you have to be conscious of, and it's like, maybe you don't need to know about all these factors too. Some people are just still playing the game because, you know, they haven't even beat the game yet. They haven't beat the story. They're taking their sweet time. So it's hard to say that for everyone, but at the very least you want to give them options. This is why some of the stuff that Japan does, especially in terms of the giveaway, they give options because they kind of know that, hey, some of these players have not, you know, or they have or have not got some of the pieces. So you give people options. You don't want to give them a very strict rule. And this is why I would say sometimes this is my strict opinion about something, because this is what I think. Yeah, so that was actually uncalled for. Well, it's uncalled for in the global sense because I did not expect global to actually go a bit beyond. Because Japan was gonna do a release on those SSA abilities. It's just that that wasn't our Weapon Badge 2021. So if they already released that on the global side, what is the Weapon 2021 badge gonna be like for global? Anyways, since you guys brought up the video though, and we're talking about it, I guess I'll pull it up. Alright, hold up. Alright, so since you guys are bringing this up, usually I do not do this, but I guess I'll do a reaction to this. You said the latest video with him talking about. Alright, so let me see this.
You guys have been farming a ton of extreme quests. You're getting all these veteran resolves, all of this crack, but you don't know how to augment them together in order to make either your endgame units or to just sell on the player market in order to make a ton of a setup. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I am doing in order to get my augments. Now, I personally am not selling these items for profit, mainly because I do want to get some endgame units with some really, really nice affixes.
Also, anyone who else wants to watch along or see it,
make endgame affixes for yourselves, you can look at this guide and use it as a reference. But first of all, I upload PSO2 content daily, so if you do play this game, I'd really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first step is understanding that the units that we're getting from Extreme Quest are 13-star units, which means we cannot sell this. As you can see over here, we cannot check item prices, we cannot check augment market prices, and this is because we can't put this on the market because of its rarity. So in order to overcome this issue, we're going to be putting the augments that we want. So in this case, we want to put Crack 1 onto a lower tier unit. So we can see over here that I have a solid barrier. So we're going to be putting those augments onto our solid barrier over here,
so
which is an 11-star.
I'll let this video play out before I even state something.
Especially if you're using these augments for yourself. As you can see here, I have already made a solid barrier right here with Crack 2 as well as Veteran Resolve 2. And I'm going to be doing the exact same thing with this piece right here. And this is how we're going to do it. We're simply just going to talk to Monica right here. We're going to go to our storage first. And first of all, I need to redeem my augmentation aid because I will be needing a 30% one. So let's take that out. And I will also need a 45% later on the line. So let's take those two out first. Then the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to do affix augment. We're going to click on this, we're going to go to units, and the base unit we're going to be using is the solid barrier. So right here, solid barrier, click on this. Then we're going to put in our 3 fodder units. So the first fodder unit over here, you can see it's got 7 affixes, but the only one I care about is crack 1. Sure, it's got an S6. If you want, you can rip off the S6 if you want. I personally, I don't care about this S6, so I'm just going to use it.
Well, like I said, let me watch this, and then I'll address some of the things that you guys say.
S7, but I don't care about it. Again, if you want it, you can rip it off before doing the augment. But this one has Veterans Resolve 1 and has crack 1. So this is a very valuable piece, so I'm going to be putting that in, yep. And then the last piece right here, you can see this one has Veterans Resolve 1. So I'm going to click that and say yes. So once all 3 are selected, I'm going to do confirm, and you can see right here that I can put in crack 2, Veterans Resolve 2, as well as 2 fodder stats. So I'm just going to be doing stamina 1 and spirit 1. So you can see that it is 70% chance of success. I'm going to do start affix augment, and I'm going to pop in a 30%, so it's 100%, and click yes. And boom, success. So now you can see I have 2 solid barriers over here, both with crack 2 and Veterans Resolve 2. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be smashing them together in order to get Veterans Resolve 3 as well as crack 3.
Well, no, the thing is, Ricky, I kind of recommended him to kind of do that.
Yes,
but it was because I was like, it depends on your approach, and it depends on...
enhancement chance is going to
well, I recommend... Okay, so the thing is, Kuropi did talk to me like yesterday about it. I did say that you could go for that grade 5 option as well. Just depends on how you feel about it. Let me make sure that I said those certain words. Because the big thing is, the thing that I pointed out is if he's going for a force stop protect, you want to shove a lot of the things that you don't really want to mess with on one thing. And if he's trying to save those 4 thoughts, then yes, a grade 5 might be good. But the other thing is, you got to think about how to get to a grade 5, and that's a lot of things. So, I did recommend that. It's just that I did not stress over that. It was his choice to choose either a grade 4 or 5. Yeah, if you go for, this is why I said, if you go for 5s and Guardian So could also have a return of 5 in there, because if you use a 4, oh wait, no, maybe it's because I was looking at his formula. I said certain things because of something. What was it? Oh yeah, so this is his plan. I was like, yeah, alright. I saw that grade 5 and I was like, if you're gonna go for grade 5s, then put stuff together so you could try to use as less force stop attacks as possible. So, I could have recommended a grade 4. I think I did. Did I? No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't even bring up the grade 4 possibility. But he just asked me if his formula is fine. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Could have said that the grade 4 would be better, but once again, this is how he wanted to do things, and I just said, just shove stuff together, so it's just a lot harder. But if you're definitely using a 4-stop attack, use that 4-stop attacks. And also, I think he was going for a grade 5 from the looks of it, so he can increase his maximum chance. No, it's not like that. Never mind. He's just trying to get that option to do it. So, it ultimately depends on the thing about the grade 4 and 5 choice. Since now I'm digressing away from the this video. The thing about the grade 4 or 5 choice, it depends on if you actually have a grade 5 already, or if you don't have a grade 5. That's something you need to consider. Now, several of my pieces already had a grade 5, so I had to actually get and work to a grade 5. But when it comes to, Kuropi asking me, like, my thoughts about his formula and stuff, I just said, yeah, it looks alright, just squeeze everything together. Could have said that, like, a grade 4 would be a bit nicer to try to go for, but I don't know how he would feel about, gambling with a lot of pieces, because the big thing about some of the pieces you have to make, you will have to gamble on some of them, and if you're trying to shove, like, Crack 4, Veteran Resolve 4 with a Glare Catalyst, and you really have to gamble on that so you can save a good chunk of your 4 slots, I don't know how Kuropi would feel about that. So, if you use force slot protects to at least get most of it out of the way, which is like that grade 5, then yeah. But the other problem is getting to a grade 5 isn't easy as well. So it's like if you don't tell me something very specific, then and if I look at your formula and it's like, it looks fine on paper, but you don't tell me like, is there a way to, shorten this or make this easy, cheaper and stuff. I would not point it out unless you are very specific with me about some stuff. This is why you need to do a one-on-one talk and try to squeeze as much from me and dive into it. So I, once again, I looked at Karopi's formula and I just said that's fine if that's what you want to do. Wait, what? Why always when am I? Sorry, ECU. But anyways, let's continue watching this and I'll give more of my thoughts.
3 is only 50%, right? But when I actually click on it, you'll notice it's 55%. The reason for this is because I'm using the same type of unit. Now, if I have 3 of the same type of unit, this would go from 55% to 57%. However, it stops there. You cannot use more than 3 of the same type unit in order to boost the augmentation chance, okay? So you can see here, Veterans Resolve 3, let's put in Crack 3, and then we're going to put in 2 fodder affixes right here, boom, right? So 55% chance, we're going to do Start Affix Augment, we're throwing our 45%, and boom, it is 100% chance of success. Click yes, and boom, voila. Now we have a Veterans Resolve 3, a Crack 3, and 2 fodders. Alright, now in order to get Veterans Resolve 4 as well as Crack 4, instead of smashing 2 units now, I'm going to need to smash 3 units. So we're going to head over to my second monitor, to the Affix Simulator, to explain everything because there is RNG involved from level 4 and above. So this is the breakdown on how I'm going to be getting Veterans Resolve 4 as well as Crack 4 on the same unit. So the unit that we just
I might need
together
to tell him
was
otherwise
Veterans
now
Resolve
with
3
his
as well as
formula.
Crack 3 as well as 2
But
junk augments.
once
right?
again,
Then
he
what
just
I'm
asked me
gonna do
if
is
the
I'm gonna
formula
get
looks
2
alright.
units over here
Technically, I
with
was like
Veterans
okay with
Resolve
it.
3. That way you
He
can see
didn't
there's
state
1,
some of the
2,
things
3,
that
there's
he
3
might have
Veterans
already.
Resolve
Because
3s, which
once
will
again,
give me
the
a
big
30.
thing I don't know with Karopi's stuff is that I don't know if he already has a grade 5. If he already has a grade 5, or if he is actually working from scratch, that I would have addressed it. But he just asked me to look at the formula and I did. So I might need to message him about that.
30% chance to get Veterans Resolve 4. As you can see right
Really
here,
now?
Veterans Resolve 4, 30% chance. And then I'm going to get another 2 units with Crack 3. It doesn't have to be 4, it could be more than 4 augments. None of this really matters. The only thing that matters is that you have Crack 3 on it and that it is a unit. So you can see that for Crack 3, we've got 1 Crack 3 here, 2, 3. So there's 3 Crack 3s right here. When you smash them together, again,
This is why I say if you really want my help, you need to really dissect a lot of stuff. And if you just toss me a formula and say, hey, can you look at this? It's like, yeah, I can look at it and make sure that it's all right and stuff. It's just that it depends on what you have. But once again, I didn't get that information out, did I?
you get a 30% chance of making Crack 4.
Yeah.
Now,
So
they're all
that's the
same
big
units,
question I have
so if they were
because
all
once again, you toss me a formula and say, hey, is this good? Can you double check it? Is this how I get my end game stuff? And I'll be like, yeah, this is one of the ways. And then I tell some other things, which is why I talked about going to the extreme and making like something like the glare, cat absolute glare with returner 5 and crack 5, so it can dumb down the amount of force slots you will use. However, in terms of you getting a lot of stuff, you will need to get a lot of stuff, and then you'll also end up kind of gambling in a sense. But at the same time, once you get to a grade 4 and you go for a grade 5, it's not that bad because if you're already using a force slot, you're using a force slot to make sure you keep everything. This is why, like I say, this is why I don't talk about budget builds, because I don't know a lot of variables. I don't know what you have. I don't know your approaches. I don't know if you just buy stuff. I don't know if you farm stuff. This is why I have a very specific video addressing the fact that I don't do budget builds. Yeah, so it's like you toss me a formula without any sort of context with it. If you just want me to double check and make sure it's all right, I'll say it's all right. But it's like if you really want to dumb down these costs and the materials and stuff, you have to state it along with said statements. It's not like an automatic feature of me to assume that everyone wants to save money. No, it's sometimes it depends on what you have. So yeah, I will most likely need to tell Karopi about the other method. Um, just because that is something to point out.
solid
And I didn't
characters.
really tell him that because, once again, he told me to check his formula.
we can take the same item boost right here, and you'll see that it boosts the chance up to 34%. Unfortunately, 34% is not going to help us.
It still delivers the same thing, but I can use. Well,
Augmentation
I'll
aid
talk
that
about
can
it once we
right
get through
now
it.
On global, it's plus 50, so it will just increase it to 84%. While if we didn't have the boost, it would be 80%. So over here, in order to get crack 4, you will be gambling. So this is why you're going to need to buy the augmentation insurance in order to protect all of these fodders in case you do fail.
Wait, hold up.
So traditionally, if you fail without any insurance, you will lose all your fodder pieces. But
okay, this is the one thing I had. Okay, I'll let it play. Like I said, I'll let it play.
You get back all of your fodder units. The only thing it consumes is the protection as well as the cost in order to make the unit. So it's super useful and will save you a ton of time and a ton of meseta. And this only gets us to crack 4 and Veterans Resolve 4. We still need to make crack 5 and Veterans Resolve 5. So what is the next step? As we can see here, this is the next step. So over here, you can see that we have made crack 4 and Veterans Resolve 4. This is the unit that we just made. And now we need to get 2 more units with crack 4 as well as random fodders, as well as 2 more units with Veterans Resolve 4 as well as random fodder stats over here. And then we're going to smash them all together, and there is only a 20% chance of success to get Veterans Resolve 5 as well as a 20% chance to get crack 5, alright? So what we're going to need to do is, of course, we're going to need to pop in another 50% augmentation aid, so you have a 70% chance of success over here. So then again, you're going to use your augmentation insurance in order to gamble so that you don't lose any of these fodder pieces, because this is very expensive to get all of these stats over here. And eventually, when you are successful, you will have a unit with crack 5, Veterans Resolve 4, as well as 2 junk stats. And this is very important because this is my roadmap right now in order to make my ultimate unit, which
I thought I said some stuff to him so it can be fixed. Alright, so that's that needs a lot of work, but once again, let me try to go through this before I say anything.
Glare. And all of that effort was just to make fodder piece 5 over here, with crack 5, Veterans Resolve 5, as well as 2 junk stats. Now you will also notice at fodder 4, you're going to need to do the same thing but add in Astral Soul. So this entire process of getting Veterans Resolve 2, then we get 3, then we get 4, then finally we get 5, you're going to need to do this entire process twice. The reason for that is because 2 of our fodder pieces require crack 5 as well as Veterans Resolve 5 in order to get a 30% chance to transfer. If you only have 1 copy of crack 5 and Veterans Resolve 5, you can't transfer it. So as you can see here, if I remove all the stats over here, you're going to notice, hey, you can only transfer Guardian Soul, Absolute Glare, and 2 junk stats. Like, what happened to Crack 5 and Veterans Resolve? And the reason for this is because you need 2 copies of Crack 5 as well as 2 copies of Veterans Resolve in order to transfer it. Sure, the percentage is only 30%, but it's okay because you have the augmentation insurances which will protect it. So you've got Guardian Soul, Veterans Resolve, Crack 5, Absolute Glare, and you can see that the percentages are pretty abysmal.
Well, we'll talk about all this stuff that I want to say, but let's try to go through this.
For Guardian Soul, 80% chance for Veterans Resolve 5 and Crack 5, and 100% for Absolute Glare. Then we're going to pop protections, and we're just going to keep rolling until we get it.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this.
We
Hold
lost
up.
Guardian Soul. Let's do it again. Oh, wow. Success. So it's a 50% chance of success. However, this is just a simulation. It's not actually making the unit. So this is my roadmap for what augments I need, as well as what fodders I just start preparing for. So right now, with all the Extreme Quest farming, I'm really just preparing for these 2 pieces right here, fodder 5 and fodder 4. I have not even started making
okay, I see some stuff, so
working on them pretty soon. So this will involve a ton of farming. Just making these 2 pieces already, I think I've farmed like 100 runs of Extreme Quest already, which is pretty insane. Well, maybe rookie numbers to true veterans, but for a casual player, I feel like it's a lot of farming. Future Care over here, just letting you guys know not to follow the recipe that I just showed you, like literally like 2 seconds ago. that recipe is extremely inefficient. And after talking to Morphsuit America, as well as my brother, as well as my alliance, we have come up with a better recipe. I won't post it out yet because, to be perfectly honest, I don't really understand the recipe right now. All the smart people that are good at affixing and augmenting are telling me that I should be doing this, and they're explaining why, but I don't understand it, so I'm not going to put it out there yet until I do understand it, okay?
Alright.
Anyway, back to the video. Now let's say you're not planning to make any of these endgame affixes for yourself and you just want to make some extra money on the side. What you can do is you can simply sell these units because we put them onto 11-star units over here. So for example, this one, if I check augment price, I just have Veterans Resolve 3 and Crack 3, search all units, and you can see that this unit itself is worth 50 million. Now the reason why it's worth
let me just skim through this now.
Perfection is 10% chance to stamina, 3 spirit, at least the soul. We're gonna put that, and then we're also gonna just pop this on the market. You can see it's worth more than 9 million. We're gonna do Veterans Resolve 3, solid barrier again, and we're also gonna throw in this piece of 2 solid barriers right here, percent. All right, but it's very important to understand that Soul of Darkness can help you get. We actually lost money. I'm an idiot.
Okay, so let's go to the conclusion.
Anyway, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate it.
Alright, so good thing he caught on to the fact that this isn't good. Because here's something I'm gonna have to stress, alright? If you ever go for something big, you want to gamble on some things. The big thing that kind of triggered me was when I get it, Kuropi's trying to do stuff, but big thing is, like, you need to know that some of these things you really have to gamble with, because you cannot try to use 4-slot insurances. Let me pull up the global, since I'm actually playing on the global side. Oh, there. Who decided to send me a friend? Oh, it's you, crew. So, big thing that I'm gonna... What is this quest? What is this quest? It's gonna kick in soon. Oh, no. Oh, god damn it. So the big thing that I need to point out is these recycle badges, because they're slowly getting to 1 mil. Now, I don't know if you guys been stocking up on 4-slot protects. This is going to be the one that will eat up a lot of your Meseta. And if you didn't really plan it beforehand, when it was like 200,000, this thing is going to be the one to hurt you the most. So you don't want to use 4-slot protects on every gamble. You have to literally gamble on some pieces. That's why I actually gambled with some of the Crack and Returner 3s. Because I had to gamble on them because I didn't have a lot of 4-slots. Am I gonna run Luther? Yeah, probably not. So the big thing though is that those recycle badges, you don't have a lot of them, and you're doing this for at least 3 times the unit worth. So yeah, this thing is gonna stack stupidly against you. Now, this is why, once again, if you consult me in the past when Guardian Soul was released, you can get a lot of these cheaply. Like, even though it's 200,000, you get 10 of these, that's 2 mil. 2 mil is roughly around a weekly ARX mission character. So if you were investing in a lot of these, guess what? You have, 1, a way to make a good chunk of profit when the time comes. 2, well, that's if the price does jump in and increase. Most likely it will. The second one is the fact that you have a lot of protects, which you can now use to protect yourself when you go for a Guardian Soul. Because if this thing continues to jump up in price to the point where it's 2 million, do 2 million times 10. 2 million times 10 is 20 mil for 4-slot protects, if it does go to that price. So the big thing is, avoid using as many of these recycle badges. You will literally need to gamble a lot of pieces so you can dumb down these 4-slot protects and this price over here. That's why my 300 mil Guardian Soul, the first time I made Guardian Soul, I didn't have those pop items. I did not have the Astral Soul, the fact of Mana Rev. Another one is, I didn't think that I would need a lot of 4-slots, and the moment I need to get these, guess what? These things were selling for around 2.1 mil or something like that. So they were really stupidly high, and I had to get some of these. What's another thing? Some of those pop items, like the add factor catalyst and stuff. I didn't have those as well. So I literally use a lot more. And not only that, for my first Guardian Soul as well, I did a mistake, which is I thought I could get Guardian Soul if I didn't finalize it. But you have to finalize all 4 of the abilities. You had to have an actual Astral Soul, an Ether Factor, Mana Rev, and what is it? Absolute Glare. The big thing about Karopi's video and the giant thing is you don't want to use a 4 slot. Like, you want to use the 4 slot when you combine it all to get the grade 5, but to get this grade 4 one, no. You have to gamble. Because you don't have as many 4 slots. Well, I don't know about Karopi's situation, if they have a lot of 4 slots grade on them, or a lot of recycle badges, or a way to get a bunch of recycle badges, different story. They can use as many 4 slots as they want, but they want to dumb it down so they don't overextend, and then if they have to go to the market, they don't need to spend as much. That's the big thing right here. The part where he said use 4 slot, no, you don't want to use 4 slot protects. This is why I tell you guys to farm, and this is why you need to farm to the point where you're getting an overflow, because when you do this, you are gambling. You don't want to use 4 slot protects. Alright, see ya, Red Heart. Ren's like, speaking of fixed, how will the NG only affix transfer to a PSO2 when we jump back to that? That one, they're still working that out. I do urgents and don't solo anything really, I just try to have fun. It's all good, Lynn. Some people, not a big fan of augmenting and fixing, some are. But the big thing is, if you decide to say something, once again, you need to make sure you point out the pros and cons. And the big thing about using 4 slot protects with this is that there's this price over here where you gotta have to pay attention to this dang thing. It's not the augments and affixes that can get you, it's these recycle badges and the price of those recycle badges. If it gets to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, then that's when it becomes a problem, especially if you haven't stocked up on them when it was cheap. Yeah, fun is, once again, subjective. I have tons of texts. It's one thing I haven't wasted. You can do a 4 slot complex stuff like the Glare Cat with Turner Crack 4, since the cost of those affix is more than 4 slot protects. Actually, yeah, well, I guess so. If you rather buy it, then you just need to consider that as well. I didn't. Mike says, Morph, the local crack dealer. MFG said, hey Morph, I heard you're good at making crack. Not right now, no. What's an ending? You can do Guardian if you are casual, but please prep before. Like, you really have to. You can make a Guardian Soul as a casual, but you have to make sure you understand all these different factors. Like, you do have to farm. You do need to be aware of the things that you are doing. Yeah, the thing that Karopi showed in that video is definitely not the way you would want to go about it. I think I was staring at that formula. The big thing is you want to shove everything as much as possible. This thing over here, for example, Mana Rev with Glare Cat, Ether Factor with a Glare Cat with a Photoner, Glare Absolute with a Glare. Like, okay, this piece, understandable, but at the same time, well, no, it's gonna take a lot more work if I try to suggest that. But yeah, this piece is okay, because this one you would definitely want to try to use a 4 slot and try to shove as many things as possible. I would squeeze this Crack 5 Veteran Resolve 5 into one of these harder ones as well, and then I'll just gamble on some other things over here. Hell, for this piece to make it, I would just use a factor. Oh wait, no. Actually, that could be fixed too. But yeah, so some of these you could toy around with. That's the gist of the message. Alright, that's it for this. I'm going back in game. I tell you, you're gonna give us units. No, no, like, the thing is, with Sega, they're aware of what will happen if they do something like that. They'll give us indirect ways to easily get these abilities, but they're not going to do that. if they do that, that means that they're completely done with PSO2. But because of what's going on the Japanese side, they're adding a 2021 bad shop. Most likely, they will add... They're already adding another weapon series in there, another good chunk of 15 stars. They're already giving away a good chunk of the SSAs that is already released on the global side. And then, yeah, most likely some of the stuff that makes it easy to get, they'll most likely put it behind a paywall. But once again, by that time, most likely NGS is out. But the other thing is, you gotta consider that, you know, they haven't really got rid of PSO2 or just like end it. Because they are still adding more content to it. They're adding more seasonal quests still. Once again, they're having that 2021 shop coming out. So that means there might be some more endgame stuff for PSO2. And it might be even harder than the stuff that they already released, or that they released over on the Japanese side. There's a lot of unknown factors, you gotta gamble with it, but in all honesty, if you really want to be lax about this, just, you know, play the game how you want to play it. If you don't care about all these technical things, you don't want to do that sort of thinking, then play the game how you want to play it. Some people would, you know, actually want more harder content. Some people don't want harder content. Some people would want to go into augments and fixing. Some people don't. Most of the standard stuff you get in your augments and affixes are on your weapons and units. They're okay. It's like the Reverate units, for example. This is not like the best abilities, but guess what? This is pretty much a decent budget, well, decent free augment ability that kind of complements each other, gives you a good chunk of stats. Not a lot of them, especially in this field, but hey, look, it's something to work with until you really want to work with it, or you plan to toy around with some stuff. So the grinding in NA is sort of pointless, since that is a question now, isn't it? Because NGS is around the corner, they are delaying it, and it will take some time to still develop NGS. It's that question. Do you find it pointless, or are you still going to play the game? And because of just NGS by itself, it's already getting a lot of players to not play as much. I heard or saw a comment saying, Morph, I'm just going to get rid of all my augments and abilities and stuff because I can't play the game anymore. I have a lot of money and stuff, but it's like I can't play PSO2 because I really want to play NGS instead. Like, for global, they're kind of in a sticky mess where it's like it's going to be a mixed sort of reaction compared to Japan, where they're already done. They already had time to let go of some things. For global, it's kind of like it's all over the place because of that 3x, 4x speed. Once again, some people already prepped it, some people use their knowledge, some people may not really give it a flying fuck, but it just depends on how you want to play the game and how you yourself define it. I mean, the other thing is too, Sega's not trying to be like a pay-to-win sort of thing. You notice that with a lot of their methods to get you to spend money, it's not like they want you to do technical things, because it is an MMORPG game, and this is why PSO2 got some points with me, or Sega got points with me on that, because they're not trying to be pay-to-win. It's not like a bunch of other games that I played where they give you like, oh yeah, you can buy this sort of sets for like, what, 20 bucks or something, so you can get started in the game sort of deal, you know. Sega's objective is not to do that. Sega's objective is to do something else, and right now they're already getting a good chunk of money from all these deals that they're doing with Microsoft, Steam, and most likely, what is it now, Epic Game Stores. So it's, once again, there's a lot of things you can think about at the same time. It's a video game, so you can just let go. And once again, if you're not a big fan of augmenting or fixing, then just do whatever. Because, like, if they decided to go pay to win, that would have been so many fucking issues. And they kind of did that in the beginning, too, over on the Japanese PSO2. Well, it wasn't pay to win in a sense. It's more like you want to try to do a certain function, you would want to be a premium. And even though I didn't want to spend a good chunk of money left and right, like, having premium back then was super good because they gave you a lot of access to various things. The big thing, for example, that Global did not really reenact for the Japanese PSO2 is how they didn't really, you know, they didn't have the option to buy their weapon or their units. You had to have a pass to actually buy these weapons and units, even as a free-to-play, even as a premium. But for Global, you guys easily got into it, and you can just buy stuff off the market. Now, this is more of an exploit that some people could have capitalized on, especially with the Raven and Nemesis weapon. They were selling for 100 mil back in the what, the prior episode before episode 5 came out with the rising weapon badges. They were selling stuff for like 100 mil for a Nemesis and Raven weapon, and those things were selling apparently to the point where people were making a profit. So there's so many things. Super duper uber top and gear in PSO2 just spins up how fast you get through stuff. It's like, the thing about PSO2 as well, global PSO2, is that they went on a 3x, 4x speed to the point where, you know, players were farming this stuff, and then guess what, around the corner they gave out all the free stuff, and it's like, oh great, what was the point of me trying to farm? It didn't give that time to, you know, let go. Japan, they had months, years to let go of certain things, and once again, they picked up patterns and trends. Global is just a weird, it's in a weird, sticky situation where it's like, there's gonna be a lot of mixed sort of reactions to it. Now, once again, you can let go of all this shit and just play the game blind and just enjoy yourself. Look at the VTubers, for examples. Like the big ones. And it's like, yeah, maybe you gotta play the waiting game and see if Sega gives a bunch of free stuff. That is fine and dandy as well. They will do that. Just note that don't get your hopes too high, because if they don't do it on one side of the game, like Japan, they're not gonna do it for global, then vice versa. Because once again, those SSAs you get from the Rising Weapon Badge, that was supposed to be released over there in Japan, but global got to it first. Which kind of brings up more questions that I can just ask and say, is global trying to be that predecessor to Forerunner now compared to Japan? Highly doubt it, but I wouldn't put it past either one of the two to let things happen as it is. Now, because they released the SSA items on the global side, now this opens up the question, what is gonna be in your Weapon Badge 2021? They might make it super easy, but once again, we shall see. There's too many things you need to gamble and consider, but the only thing I solo is dailies. Just farm the auction house, buy the gear already. Now, I would say you could do that, but it's also, in my opinion, that's kind of a waste to just buy gear, because you could use that money to buy fashion, which will most likely carry over. The thing about NGS gear system is that they will start all over or try to start all over. So like, even though you have a 15-star weapon will convert to a 4-star weapon when you go over to NGS, that may not be the highest rarity upon the actual release. For now, with the beta, it is a 4-star rarity, that is the maximum, but how do we know that upon its release, it's going to be a higher grade, like a 9-star weapon, and then you gotta have to farm everything out again. This is going to create a bit of, I don't know, you know, debates, because some people are going to be like, they should have reset the system, and I would have agreed with it, even though I do a lot of augments and affixes, and I farm for my stuff. I'm like, yeah, reset it, go ahead, because it's not going to hurt me. Especially if I farm for the stuff. Now, it might be a different story for someone who bought their stuff. And note that if people buy stuff and the meta changes on them, it's gonna hurt their actual, you know, meseta, the spendings, their wallets. And that might deter them away from the game, and they're not gonna play the game anymore because of that. So, I mean, play the game how you want to play. If you want to buy equipment, go ahead, that's your money. But at the same time, you gotta take this into consideration. Like, you may not be affected by it, but someone else might be affected with it. Because I heard stories where people actually did buy some stuff, and then guess what? The game released it, and it was easy to do, and they wasted like a good, 200, 300, 400 mil. And then the other problem is, and this is more of a under the table thing, some other stuff is influencing it out. Some other stuff is influencing the market as well. And playing with the market is just, I'm not a big fan of it. But, once again, there are giant differences. There are ways to spot these differences. It's just that, do you care about it? Alright, enough of my chit chat. I guess I could try to do some stuff. Oh no, fuck. I did not want to collect all that. Ew. The V5 Rappy, do it, or I guess we could do it. Wait, hold up. I need to... Man. I need to level up my, dude, I'm gonna go on my hunter. The big thing about me going hunter too is that, like, my magazine is gonna be useless on that class. It's, I'm not trying to say anything bad about how anyone. Yeah, it's fine and dandy, Ren. I'm not mad about what you're saying. It's just that I'm gonna point some stuff out, give you my 2 cents. But if you have a certain way you want to play, yo, fine with that. Once again, thumbs up on you. I'm just saying all these different things you gotta consider sometimes. But once again, do you really care about that? Because, you know, all in all, even though some people are saying, like, you gotta be conscious of all this stuff, some people are selfish, and it's gonna happen, especially if it's in the extreme example. Where, like, if it's survival of the fittest, everyone's for themselves. It just feels that, like, there's a lot of elite type of people. If you're not doing it, all these top and... Okay, so if you want to hear from someone that played on the Japanese side, I would say that don't listen to those naysayers. You don't need to have the best fucking equipment to do the best things. You could have basic equipment to do some of the things. It's just that you do want to make sure you have a good chunk of skills for it. But you don't need the best of skills. You don't need like pro skills where it's like, oh yeah, I can like, you know, do this run without taking a hit. Like some people, I knew fighters with knuckle builds, and they went into a fucking quest without taking a hit, and they literally used the oh, I can't even do this quest on hard. Oh, my eyes twitching a bit. Why can I not do this quest? I'm so lost. Why can I not do this quest? Says clear a special client order. What client order am I supposed to get? I can't even do that low one too. Yeah, so it's like grayed out for me. I don't know why. That is weird. Did I have to complete something? Permit. Whose permit? Hers? The super hard permit? I should have super hard unlocked now. I'm so confused. You're not the team leader. Oh. Oh. But yeah, it's like there's still some limitations to it. It's like sometimes you see people with the lowest gear and stuff getting into these ultra hard things. We can do some other quests later, Claw. Yeah, like Luster is really good for what is it? Okay, I can actually do it now. So if anyone wants to join, we are in a ship 1 right now on a B6. Oh, B6, my block. Ah, actually I did that on purpose, I think. But yeah, it's like there's so many factors that play into doing decently well. But the big thing is I don't feel like people balance it out, because people would say skills is important, but I can say encounter with you do need to make sure you have the right equipment, because if you give someone, you know, if they're skilled enough, yeah, they won't die, but they're not going to kill something within a certain time period. Like if I give someone a 1-star weapon against an ultra hard loser, they have all the skills that they have, but if they can't really kill it in time, they're not really winning the battle. And and doing these certain objectives. So you need a balance of things. You need to have skills, you need to have decent equipment, you need to have decent augments and affixes. Does it have to be the best? Hell fucking no. I've seen people that decide to do some runs with just a, you know, high rarity weapon, and then they go naked, they have no units, and they do like Depth 999 on the Masquerade. The what is it, like Depth 999 with like the Ultimate Quest Remnants of the Elder Survey with Masquerade. So it's like some of these people try to say a bunch of stuff, but then it's like, can they really prove it? Because actions speak a lot louder than words, and anyone and everyone can talk about something. The question is, can they back it up? Like, once again, some people can actually do well with basic equipment, but they gotta prove it. If they keep on dying and hitting the floor, then, you know, it's kind of something that they themselves need to improve on. I wouldn't be a big fan of that either, but that's why we have something over there in Japan called the expert matchmaking stuff. And once again, with global, they're not gonna add that because there's just, you know, a lot of mixed feelings about it. And global themselves, the higher ups, they don't want to do that because that's gatekeeping. Yeah, so I don't know what to say, because you can only say so much to them, but they're not gonna budge if they think you're toxic, and then they make excuses saying, oh yeah, you're being toxic because you're saying all this stuff to me. You're giving genuine advice sometimes, or basic advice, but some of these people just don't want to, you know, lend an ear, or at least hear you out and test it out. So, wait, I know that person. So, it is what it is. You try to help them, and, I guess I can put down a beacon. I'm not... I tend to, just let people just come into the thing. Where is it? I guess I'll put one down too. Man, crack, dude. Hey, hold up. Just because I know how to augment and affix does not mean I have a bunch of crack on me right now, guys. Glaze says, casual players forget that boosts in time are not free. Some of us... So, this, once again, it could have been solved if they implemented that elite matchmaking, that expert requirement. But once again, this is global, where they'll do stuff differently. And they didn't want to actually do that because that's what might have become an issue. So, the best way to try to avoid those is just find pals, find different circles, and all that jazz. I can let him some crap. I can most likely farm for my own stuff once I get to a high level. Yeah, it's in the NGS beta manual. Wait, what? Reed's like, they're going to do what WoW does. Make sure no child is left behind. Maybe. Once again, like, if you want my brutal honest opinion about this stuff carrying over to NGS, I honestly say, like, reset it. Like, I wouldn't, it wouldn't hurt me if they just reset everything. But the problem is, that's, like, just me saying that, and then also, a good majority of those who played a long time on the Japanese PS2 can say the same thing once they got used to the pattern. Global, however, is gonna be in a very sticky situation, and it's kind of already in a sticky situation because of that. NGS factors kicking in where people are like, yeah, NGS looks so much better. NGS is, what is it? It's something I really want to play and try out and do more than PSO2 now. And it's like they're gonna do some stuff here and there. So, can run UQ 3 times. MPA time was slow, and so UQ was only run one. Right. Yeah, it's I know about your gripes with some of the beginning stuff, because I did make a video talking about some things, and then some people were, you know, they gave me their opinions about said things. It's so hard to try, like, the thing about Japan is that we already had this expert requirement thing, and, you know, it wasn't a big deal on our end. The big thing, though, is how they revealed statistics and information that kind of triggered some people, because, you know, that's kind of hinting at what they really want us to do, and not only that, it's just, you know, it's a bunch of data that we didn't really want to see as much. We weren't asking to see all these, like, numbers of, like, who got expert right now, who doesn't have expert. So with global, it's like they're being nice and sensitive about it, and they don't want to do any sort of gatekeeping stuff. Wait, why can't I type? There we go. It's so hard to appease everyone, especially if the society and mentality is just like all over the place. Well, if they reset NGS, you'll surely convert to global. Nope. I have a lot more fashion on Japan, sadly. That's like 5-6 years worth of stuff. Oh wait, I just realized the music is too loud. Is it? No, it should be fine. It's just that, yeah, I have 5 to 6 years worth of things. I am not to go into global. Like, the only way is if I can carry the stuff from Japan, like all of my 5 to 6 years worth, over to global. Then maybe. But no, until then, that's a giant no. Yeah, we could play on the casino. Because, like, I just feeling that they have to ponder to the casual crowd, because there's more people that play casual than hardcore. Now, here's the thing, is this game really hardcore? I don't feel like it is, because you got a choice to, what is it? It's PSO2 has so many options. And, oh wait, I just realized I went to the cafe. And I wouldn't say this is a hardcore game. Like, it sounds like it at times, it seems like it at times, but in all honesty, it's not that bad. Compared to, like, WoW, what is it, WoW in, like, Final Fantasy 14, where roles are very important, and you knowing your shit is really important, and that's more hardcore, because that is you getting into endgame and knowing what your class is and how to play your class. Because if you don't, people are gonna get pissed off at you. Or so I heard. It's like PSO2 is very lax to the point where you don't really need to try to be hardcore about it. Like, yes, I can do some of this hardcore or hard stuff. Yeah, some fights can be hard, like if you decide to push yourself to death 999 for Masquerade. Okay, yeah, that's pretty hard because there's a lot of buffs and debuffs against you, but then it's 999. The guy's already buffed out so much. But at the same time, some people would want that option. And not only that, what game do you want to play? Some people want that option, some people can avoid it. Wait, hold up. How is it 5 times harder than WoW? Enlighten me on this, Lynn. Because I feel like World of Warcraft, especially with some of the drop rates, it's just harder. Alright, I'll play a bit of it. Let me go take a drink first. Hey there, Abby, how you doing? But I wanna hear out Lynn and that. World of Warcraft I can get 10% of the best players on the server wise just by doing. But okay, so Lynn, let's talk about it in a beginner's perspective. Can a beginner easily get endgame stuff? Because here's the thing, I only know a bit of the past stuff, and I did try it out a bit. But I don't know much about the new updates and stuff. Oh wait, shit, I'm here. So if anyone wants to join us in the casino, we are in block 6. And god damn it. Fuck you. Yeah, that's another thing too. Game does not have PvP. Because I can't really say that PSO2 is that hard. You have to make it hard to get that sort of quality. But even then, in terms of the grind session in itself, it's not as bad because once again, the game kind of gives out stuff for free. Now, the big thing is I can't really vouch with the updated stuff. So if anyone does play World of Warcraft and they want to, oh wow, fucking yeah, it's doing it. If they want to put in the 2 cents and get into this, then so be it. But I'm most likely gonna back out because I cannot talk full-heartedly about the new stuff for World of Warcraft. I got a feeling that's a bad number that I don't want to deal with. Could be 21 or it could be like... Oh god, I don't know what that other card is. What the hell? Oh god, I'm losing. I mean, it's not that bad. If Snowflake complains, who cares? It's you might want to post that up on the Discord if you... Ooh, fuck. Damn. A draw. 16 didn't hit at 23, shaking my head. Yeah, this will most likely hurt. Oh wow, I actually got... Okay, that's good. But yeah, it's like... Another big thing I will have to... Oh. No, I'll shut up about that. Who won? Okay, it's a draw. So, I'll put in my 2 cents with the PSO2 talk. So here's the thing about PSO2, especially on the Japanese side. It was literally a grind fest. Compared to that of what Global's going through. Especially since we got that 3x, 4x speed backing them up. So for the Japanese PSO2, you had to farm for everything. Buying stuff was actually locked behind premium, and if you didn't have that, couldn't really do that. But not only that, you had to get a pass as well. So a lot of the stuff you had to farm, and it was very intense. A lot of the beta players from the Japanese PSO2 can talk about the times when they had to try to farm a 9-star. But they might have also picked up on the pattern with what Sega kind of did, which was open up Like, what is it? The 9 stars laid on in episode 2 and made it easy. But then the flip side is 12 stars are now a thing, and then 12-star weapons were extremely rare to the point where when they first released 13 stars, a 12-star was harder to get than a 13-star. And not only that, you did not have collection files, you didn't have a guaranteed, you didn't have shops that allow you to trade in an X amount of fragments to get them. Episode 1 through 3 was literally hard. And it reminded me of a lot of the grind session when you had to start as a new player in several other games. But it's like, Japanese PSO2 during that era was rough. They started to change that in episode 4 where they give more fixed methods and just drop a lot of these 13 stars like candy. And 13 stars were kind of the high rarity thing, the highest rarity for episode 3 and 4. They were slowly getting out of it to like 14 stars as well, but like if they allowed everyone to get a 13 star easily, that means that changes its values and merits. Oh god, Sammy, yeah, her. Pff, shit. Wait. Yeah, there's a couple runs where people didn't even have the highest of gears and stuff. But then again, how long did it take for them to get to that point where they can actually do Death 999 without dying? It takes practice. And like this conversation could go on and on about sort of different sort of comparisons. And then Abby's like, exactly right, you are. Old PSO2 days were literally much harder until episode 4 came in and then started making things way too easy. Now it is too easy. Like, this is my opinion, and it's just that the current PSO2, it is easy. If we had to talk about the past one, different story. But, like, all in all, the thing is NGS is gonna come around the corner, and then we gotta have to work all over again. I don't know how bad the drop rates are over there. I don't feel like it's gonna be as bad, maybe during the beta, but maybe upon its release, they might change some stuff. It's like, we can also do these sort of comparisons, but at the same time, I can pull out this card and say, World of Warcraft is its own franchise and its own approach compared to that of Phantasy Star. So it wouldn't be... It is a basis, a way to compare other MMORPGs, but in the sense of direction and other key components that makes Phantasy Star and what makes World of Warcraft, they're different. This is why, when you judge something, there's always something that can butt in and be like, oh yeah, nah, you gotta consider this thing. Because that's like you trying to compare the anime to a manga. Because there's so much things that will kick in when you work on an anime. There's so many components that make an anime compared to that of a manga. A manga is pretty much a book, and anime is actual animations in the process of moving and stuff. So, like, once again, this argument can go big in terms of whatever direction. My biggest problem with grinding PSO2 is the chance to get that. So here's the thing, Lynn. Do you not try to get the fixed methods, or are you trying to be natural with this to try to farm for it? Because there is a natural way to get some of this stuff. Like, if you cannot farm it through RNG, there's that fixed method. Yes, it does take some time, but there's that fixed method. This is why PSO2 is a bit nice, because almost all of the weapons have a fixed method, which allows you to get it if you just stock up on the currency. Hey there, Ghost. How you doing? Like, the big thing is, once again, in the past with the Japanese PSO2, you did not have fixed methods. So, you literally getting a 13 star that you really need so you can do your certain build, you had to find that... Okay, I bust. You had to find that mob and then farm endlessly to the point where it is that low drop rate right there, like you say, Lynn. But nowadays, there's that fixed method. You got collection files. That is a guarantee on a weapon. It takes some time to build it up, but I'm over here playing on the global PSO2. I started all over again, and guess what? I got a 15 star because of those collection files. Is that plus 35? Nope, but I have a 15 star weapon on me. So it's not as bad. Back then, you couldn't even do a collection file. You couldn't have these fixed methods to get like the highest rarity. You had to farm. And that's why there's a huge difference with like the beginning of Japanese PSO2 and then the global PSO2. And not only that, like global PSO2 implemented a lot of functions and features that weren't originally in episode 1 through 3. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is I don't feel like you guys got the other shops, because there is a fixed method to get a spread Nito. It's through the Sage Crest stuff, but that's on the Japanese side. I don't know why Global hasn't really released that. Yeah, so the big thing I can also point out is that World of Warcraft, once again with the roles, that is important. You know, Leroy Jenkins, the guy just ran in there in the raid. No, you don't want to do that crap, because that gets everyone killed. So, it's like PSO2 doesn't really stress that sort of roles where it's like, you gotta be a tank and you gotta, you know, contain that aggro. Or, like, you gotta be a healer, you gotta make sure everyone heals. You don't see a lot of that sort of talk in the chat. Or in the local chat. Yeah, see, that is what I'm referring to, Spirits. And that's what I remember like, that's what I remember from the Japanese side. Abby can vouch for the same thing. Anyone that played on the Japanese side during that time, they literally went through that grind. And it was just to get one weapon. It's not, and the worst part is, like, we didn't get a grind rarity right off the bat as well. You had to actually get another dupe of that specific weapon again. So, if you only got like a 30 elements, guess what? You need to farm another one of those fuckers. I remember I got my katana and I had the, what is it? My first 13-star katana that I got. It was only at an elements value of 30. The problem with that is that it's only at an elements value of 30. They can go to 60, but you need to get that same exact weapon for that. And that took me a while to even get that. I think that actually took me maybe 3 months before I got it. And not only that, the big thing about the Japanese PSO2 during that time, it was hard to get into runs because Japanese players were locking them and using their Japanese characters to get into their parties. So the feel once again is just different, and it's just that PSO2 isn't that stern. And you notice this as you progress through the game. They once again give a bunch of free stuff. I don't know if I'm winning, I'm just playing with you guys. I'm just here, I'm at the table, just having a jolly good time. Weren't element plus not a thing? So, here's the thing, the current mechanic that's going on right now is, the big thing about the element value is that they weren't at 60. You had to get the dupe. So, if a weapon drops, there's a chance that it's not at a high number. So the one that I have, I think it was either at a 30 or 20. And you had to farm a lot so you can get that dupe. You know what I hate about PSO2? No actual good PvP mode. Should we discuss about PvP for PSO2? Do you think they will add that in NGS? I feel like that might ruin some stuff and create a couple more issues, but at the same time, some people might like that, want that, especially for open world, and maybe Sega might want to test their hands on that again, especially with NGS. Oh, that's also a good question, Slip. Am I glad that the game is easy? I got mixed feelings about it. I honestly have mixed feelings about that. And nice, whoever got the 5-8. Morph. Is the scratch with your Phantom Ice outfit in black flame hands after the Chivas started scratch we have now, or were they a part of Japan? There's only 2. So the big thing is the outfit that I'm wearing is a black and red one. You guys don't have the black and red one, but you have the black and blue one. That is from the episode 4 Star Gen scratch. I'm gonna stay. So, it's from the episode 4 Star Gen scratch. The scratch that is going on with the episode 6, that's where I got my outer cape. If you want to get that outer cape, you should try to pull for it. If you want to try to get the exact look like my character. Have you seen your own a drunk stream yet now that you're sober? No, I remember it clearly, and then I was like, why did I say some of this shit? But it is what it is. I ain't gonna take back what I said. It went into a lot of philosophical talk and, you know, breakdown of various things in society. It's nothing new. Oh shoot, it's the Badabonias. They can add PvP, just not in the open field, because I surely go PK low-level players for fun. Seriously, it's not to speak about time attacks between, oh god, Cletho and Abduction. I get burned out. I never touch them on global outside of weekly objective. Yeah, that's what happens when you do it. Now, the thing is, there is a difference in terms of the everyday and the weekly thing. The everyday one, even though it was a pain in the butt to do, it was actually pretty good, and it allows you to do a lot more things with the market and your own gear. Because nowadays, in PSO2, it's like you focus on your gear, you focus on the fashion. But we had a lot of scratch with that black and red baseware. Really? It should be the one with Phantom. You can't get the exact black and red one. They might release something later to get it, but from what I gathered from everyone who was talking about it, they do not have that black and red. It is most likely in Japan only for now. They might add that later into, I don't know, the Mission Pass Battle Pass. But I don't know when it is that, and I don't know if they get added in the Fresh Find as well. The thing is, you do have a version of that, which is the black and the light blue one, and you can still pull off the look that I have with a black and light blue one. It's just that you're not going to get the black and red one exactly. And the only difference with the color is the just that blue color. It's just going to be a small line of blue instead of a red one. Now, I don't know if that scratch is still out, because they swapped that out with the episode 6, maybe? It's in relation to get that certain base where it's in the episode 4 stuff. I had the black and blue one. Okay, yeah, so you can pull it off still. Fresh Find only gets outfits, not base. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Scratch that. It's not going to be in the Fresh Find then. Yeah, NY friend uses the black and blue one. Oh god, specials. What time is it? It's almost 4, huh? I've been quite lax about me doing this. Spirit says, in some ways, I like the game more pre-episode 5 4. I have mixed feelings about it. But episode 5 was garbage. Okay, let me think. Do I want to answer the question of, how do I feel about the past and the changes? Well, I know I had a strong reaction to it because I picked up on what they were doing, and it triggered me because I was like, why didn't they do some of this good stuff in the past? Why are they doing it now? Why did they make us suffer through a lot of the things that a lot of the vets had to go through? And that... Oh, fuck you. No! Fucking furball doom. In the meantime, I'm using Zeo Hatar baseware since it's black and red. As long as you are able to pull off the same sort of look. Nifty's like, still no red Helios set. Rift Stratos cosplay. Wait, they don't have that over there? Huh. They don't have it over here in Global? So yeah, I might need to see if I can have a talk with Kuropi about, what is it, what he is kind of confused with. Oh shit, that was a gamble on my part. Okay, I'm good. As long as he doesn't pull a special. Nah, I know what outfit you're referring to. It should be the same... Oh wait, no. They changed the name. I think it's not Hator. It's like, it starts with a B instead. Wait, hold up, what? Wait, so you're using a Shiva outfit. Huh. I was thinking about some other outfit. Okay. So it's not... Crossover when? Wait, what do you mean crossover? What crossover you're referring to? You mean me going to your ship? Oh yeah, so there is another giant thing that's supposed to be coming. What is it? Another collab item stuff coming over there for global, or over here for global. It's the Yamato battleship one. I don't know when, but it was data mined. Oh god, no. I mean, once again, I have an open door policy with augments and affixes, so all they need to do is shoot a DM. I am not going to be the one going to them. It has to be vice versa. Now I'm going to talk to Kuropi because of what is it? Because he did message me, and I do want to at least try to help him understand it so he can explain it a bit better. Like, the big thing about that video is he's trying. I'm gonna give him points for trying. At the same time, he needs to understand what he is trying to lay down, though. So I'll make sure that I'll teach him so he doesn't give you guys wrong information. And I also need to clarify that the method I told him with the grade 5 is most likely not the best one. It just depends on how you what you have, and I don't know what he has. So I'll talk to Kuropi in a bit about that after the stream. There's also a big surprise that I'm not gonna mention. I'ma just let it play out, and you guys will see it eventually. The black and red slapped hot one never ever came to global, but I've seen even the episode 4 stuff never got out. I don't know why global is kind of restricting some of these things. It's like, why is this not a thing over here in global? Why didn't they release it outfits? I don't know. There's some stuff that's not even out yet, and they do random stuff. Spirit's like, what do you think about the fact that they never did... Hold up. That they never did campaign or gave out free stuff back in the episode? Oh, Well... Oh shit, they never did that now, did they? I feel like it's just different sort of mentalities. I don't know if I'm gonna say this correctly, because I just not 100% sure. But the thing is, you saw the changes from episode 1 to 3 to episode 4 to episode 6, especially with the story. So I don't know who was running all these different stories. And it's like, if they have different producers for each one of these stories, I feel like they also influence the way they do the game itself. Because episode 1 through 3, it had a feeling mentality of like, this is an MMORPG game, you gotta grind. There's no guarantees, there's no easy way to try to do this, and this. And a lot of us got used to that sort of pattern. And then what happens is, episode 4 came out, and then they added all these ways to try to make it easy, added all these ways to make it friendlier, they started to give out stuff, and it's like, why wasn't this thing back then? What was the intent? What was the goal? Why is this a thing? It might have been because of that producer, but I have no clue. And then when we went to episode 5, you see a lot more of that popping up, and then episode 6, we got back into it. So, it's... Once again, I was pretty livid about it when I saw that change. Now, the beta players, I feel like they had a bit more of a tolerance because they already saw that change from episode 1, the beta episode 1, and then going into episode 2, because once again, they farmed hard for their 9 stars, but then 9 stars became easy to get. It was a common drop, and then now your highest weapon was like an 11 star, and possibly, if you're able to get one, a 12 star. Damn, that's a lot of coins. Just sitting here just playing this is like, I'm earning stuff. Yeah, and the fixed system back then was hell too. It's like, if you think this is, if the fixed system nowadays is that, nah. That was really compact and small to the point where people didn't really stress it, but they did make sure that you have like some good abilities to work with. And that's why I dived into the system, because one, someone showed me that they made so much Meseta off of it, and then two, I just started to use that to my advantage to also gear my guys out, help my peeps out, and then also help myself out. Because like back then, I could have outfitted everyone back in the days. Like, Advocate vouch for that. I did help like a good chunk of players get decent augments and affixes. Yeah, episode 4 like is it Isekai, but that's when stuff started to change as well. Space is at non-SAF affix time. Oh god, that was hell. Oh yeah, I got livid by that too, by the way. That the SAF existed pissed me off. I was like, what the motherfucker? They made Astro so easy. Now, here's the thing I also realized. I feel like this is why they're not going to release a good chunk of abilities too easily. It's like certain ones, yes, but not all of them. Because look at them with that SAF of an Astro So. That's on particular weapon seeds, Ray and Union. But my question is, if they did want to try to get some of these mid-game abilities easily, why didn't they have an SAF of an Ether Factor and a Mana Rev? Why do we have these alternatives instead? That kind of hints at Sega. Once again, that might change because, once again, the other big factor to it is how they release Returners. Because Returners, Veteran Resolve, it was locked behind Abduction, which is complete RNG. And that has been 8 years that was locked behind that. Until now, where they have this Extreme Quest. Now I'm gonna go 4 or 5. I'm booking it. I'm doing this. Let's make it on the unit super. Yes, back in episode, I was the one guy that would go for it, and it wasn't ideal because the big problem with that is that you didn't really get to emphasize on a lot of stats. What I had to do was pretty much get all rounders to get. Oh fuck! I can't push. Do you want to gamble? Fine, gamble. Of course. Oh gosh. God damn it. Yeah, that was the old augment to fix thing. Well, either way, I was going to lose if I just if I stayed, because 17 versus 19 Fluffball was going to win. I think the game lost its identity. I can't understand, especially with Global, what they want PSO2 to be. If you were strictly playing on Global, it is hard to figure out what Global is, and with PSO NGS, it's like that's a huge. Oh fuck, I'm gonna get fucked over. I got that video uploaded. Don't worry, I'll release that tonight. So there's gonna be a new section that I'm gonna put in my Discord where it's gonna be for, you know, video review stuff. Think of the fighting Shout or no, I'm guessing those are someone from that game. I was trying to upload it yesterday, but I was focused on that one video talking about the various approach. Was making Astro So on a unit. Yo, yeah. So I was the mad lad that decided to go for an Astro So the moment I learned about it, and then I did make videos talking about it and saying like, if you have some other formula to go for, that's better, because the point of you getting an Astro So back then is so you can try to increase those stats. Now mine wasn't as grand and expensive. I think mine was just like at a 4 slot, but I farmed most of the pieces and it was okay. And I carried most of those augments and affixes throughout my time of the Japanese PSO2. Oh yeah, that video. Yeah, I have a video on that too with the Mana Astro Ether. Now that thing was also expensive as well because once again I had to get Protects, 4-slot Protects, and then I would also have to get wait. Oh, I was about to say, is that twice this? Oh god, this. Oh shit. What? Oh fuck. Okay, good. Alright, not as bad. Seriously, it's coming from Japan. I mean, the game had a clear identity back then. Now it's hard to tell what they want to be. I feel, oh my god, how, it is an identity crisis, which is why Asa pointed that out in their talk with Karopi. Because, like, a lot of the vets can say, yeah, it's hard to figure out what PSO2 is. And if I were trying to sell it to someone, it's gonna be debatable on how to sell it. Like, I wouldn't say it's a sci-fi game, because guess what? There's a good chunk of fantasy in it. I could say, like, you know, it's a easy free-to-play sort of game, PvE game that you might want to try out. It got anime in it. That might persuade someone. But it's so... that giant shift and change as well, that kind of threw me off as well. It's like, episode 1 through 3, okay, hardcore farming. Episode 4, from there on out, it's not hardcore farming anymore. So, it's something, isn't it? This is why I say PSO2 is a weird game, because it is. And it's gonna be hard for me to, like, you guys in Global just have it hunka. Oh god, if they have a hunka, I'll well, fuck that. But the thing is, it's just hard for Global now, because now it's being overshadowed by NGS, and it kind of influences you in a certain way. It's like, maybe it's big, maybe it's small. The thing is, NGS is right there saying, hi, I'm about to become a thing. And I feel like Global didn't really flesh out the Global PSO2 didn't really flesh it out properly, so you guys can enjoy PSO2. Okay, yeah, I guess you could say it in that sense. But it's like, I kind of wanted you guys to enjoy PSO2 without like a 3x, 4x speed. I have no clue where this is going. I just realized my song playlist kind of went down into technical stuff. Like hardstyle. Oh, let me also turn that down. It's more 8x speed, by the way. It's just that I feel like you guys should have got the, you know, a bit of the full experience, or at least a decent pace to NGS, but 8 years in one. Free Himiko's nice. Oh, I didn't know they were giving out free stuff. Oh, I don't have anything wrong with art style, it's just that I don't know if they're going to copyright. Then again, I guess it doesn't matter if it does. For instance, when I play Ranger, I feel like I'm playing such a crappy low damage, slow class compared to the Luster, which does Ranger. So that's another thing I want to point out, it's just that if you play the game long enough too, you notice how some of these classes, these beginning classes, they really need to take some work to actually get it to be high damage. Like, some of them are kind of obvious, and it's like, it doesn't require that much, but some of them, they do need some work, and it's because Sega did nerf the Ranger class in the past. They did nerf it completely to the point where it wasn't one of the big damagers back in the days. Back in the days, like, I think it was episode 2, you could have done so much with stat cannon and a weak bullet. But yeah, like, the Skyrim classes, they're just they're up there in terms of like damage, power, utility. So it's like any one of those successor classes can easily do, if not better, against any of the old classes if it was just by itself. Now, obviously, once again, you got some combinations like Fighter Hunter that are still up there, or Gunner, using and maining Gunner, but now because of the success classes, it just has that better utility, and it's just a bit more appealing compared to some of the old ones. I fell off against a Luster player, but my ranger can still one-up almost everyone. But, like, isn't there a certain way you have to try to do that space? Like, certain photon arcs you gotta spam, certain weapon equipment you might need, slapping on a weak bullet. But technically it's not free, you gotta get 600 with the currency by spending crystals. Ah. Gotcha. Hunter seems like the only one that is still a machine. Like, Braver and Sky classes are just better. The thing about Hunter is that it's literally... Well, it can do damage as well, but it is a tank as well. Oh, I feel like you watched, what's his face? You watch, Chrono's video? Now, once again, a tier list like that is going to be opinionated. I would say there's a lot more to it. I wouldn't try to rank stuff, especially if I have not tried said stuff. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, it's just, you know, for funs and stuff, but I would not be trying to tell, like, someone, oh yeah, like, Etoile is the best class to go for. I wouldn't try to advocate that. There's a lot of situations, I don't know your style, I don't know your gameplay, so I'm not going to try to promote something like that. Try the S4 with the Revelate rifle. It's once again, anything and everything can be subjective. I like you're not gonna see a tier list out of me. Like, I'm not gonna do that, because even though I played the game for like what years, it's like I'm still not a master at some of these classes, and some of these actually take some practice to get into. Like, once again, Luster is one of them. If you really want to do DPS, like, it is easy to utilize and just play around with Luster, but if you really want to capitalize on that damage, you need to understand the flow and the timing and stuff. Yeah, Hunter Etoile is like, once again, a tank easy mode. But the question is, like, are you able to actually kill stuff by yourself, or will it, how about a fixed tier list instead? And a fixed tier list. I guess I could do something like that, since I'm actually, yeah, that guy that does a bunch of augments and fixers. That'd be an interesting video for me to do. Obviously, I know what's gonna be in the S tier already. It's fucking Guardian Soul, but in terms of making it, I'm gonna have to put it down because it's a pain in the butt to try to make. Now it depends on your approach, because if you just go one slot Guardian Soul, okay, that is actually pretty easy. If you're not trying to go, if you're trying to go Guardian Soul with a bunch of other abilities, yeah, no, that's gonna take some work, and depends on all these different factors. But stat-wise, yeah, that's obviously S tier, because that thing is stupidly good. It's plus 70 all-rounder with plus, what, 70 HP and then plus 7 PP? Like, damn. There's a lot of conditions as well, so if I do make a tier list, I'm gonna have to... Most likely I get to try to balance it out and just talk about the way to make it, the costs, if it's actually noob friendly and all of that. I might have multiple tier lists, actually. Yeah, that might be a fun one to do. I'm aiming 8 slots for endgame, since there's not much to do after that. Not only that, once again, just remember that PSO2 is not truly dead. There is a chance that they might add more content. I would be surprised, but not surprised, if they add a content where you go through a lot of the main bosses on a very high difficulty and you get something out of it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they add a mode where you fight against every crucial boss you ever fought in the PSO2 story at a higher difficulty. But once again, that's a possibility, and I just lost. Plus, it does not have lasers. I think I earned a good 1,500-ish coins. If I could, I would have fixed Guardian Souls on my weapons and my units. Yeah, something, maybe something like the Extreme Quest, but there's a, once again, this is just me talking about my butt, but do not think PSO2 is just done because it's already finished in story. They could add more to it. And if they do some special game mode like that, like, yeah, that might actually demand a lot. So you always want options available to you. This is why I stress the urge and just the need to talk about pros and cons of various things. I feel like there's a certain gun that does a satellite cannon sort of deal like that. Making me think you're wait, what? Hold up, what's going on? Oh, end attract. That thing. That is the one where you charge your gun. Like, you're pointing your gun out like that, and then when you fire, you kind of go back. That's end attract. Man, this is why I don't like the fact that Global changed some of the names. It's like, some people on the Japanese side try to talk about certain things, and it's like, oh wait, what is that thing? What the hell is that? Sega putting PSO2 on Epic Game Store shows they want to support it, I think. That, or keep it around until we catch up and get the current version of seasonal UQs JP has, or they're doing that so they can get more money, or all the above. They'll most likely continue to add more seasonal quests for the for PSO2. So it's going to be updated to the point where stuff isn't going to be bad. Wait, what do you mean there is? Now, I cannot input anything about Ranger stuff. Now, there's only one Ranger that I know. But, okay. Man, I kind of miss Ison. Ison, if guys might not know them. So Ison is pretty much the Ranger that I knew way back in the days. And they were really stern about Ranger stuff to the point where they were kind of hardcore. And you wouldn't want to be near them, or you wouldn't want to be a fellow Ranger unless you knew your stuff. Like, if you do something that they didn't like, they would point that out in the party chat. And I'd be like, oh great. Oh, break, thank you. Weak bullet and spam, what is it, defeat PA over and over again. So it's like, I think they will release the UQ and content for NGS in PSO2 as well with the VR training excuse. Really? They're most likely a change up with NGS from what I saw in that trailer. Like, the Ranger can actually move around while shooting. Wait, actually no, you could do that always. It's just that, I think it's like full ton of action. Certain ones can actually allow you to move and evade and stuff. Actually no, that's some of the other stuff. Anyways, ignore me. Never mind. I feel like it's gonna be a bit more mobile compared to what it has been. That's what I'm trying to say. And hopefully they can incorporate that cast movement as well. Like if you're flying off the ground, like you can actually do that while shooting. That'd be cool. But it's like, once again, this kind of backtracks to the point where I feel like Sega didn't really take their time or, like, you know, give love to some of the old classes. They gave a lot more love to some of these higher classes, or the ones in demand. It's like the Skyline classes are really good because they got so many things that can obviously beat some of the original stuff. Buzz. Oh, motherfucker. Some people want to play safe, some people don't. It's understandable. Because that's how I feel sometimes. I'm not like 100% confident to just stay in front of the enemy with my gun. I sometimes back away from them. Unless it's like Phantom, and then that's a different story for me. Because I kind of get cocky with it. Well, true enough to some of this stuff as well. Depends on how you build your things. No. No, 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 no. Yeah, like, that's why I like Luster too. It's mobile, it's fast. But at the same time, I need to practice with that. Oh my god, 5 of a kind. Yeah, like if you toy around with Luster, you start to see a lot of gimmicks and tricks that you wouldn't really know about it unless you really do hone your skills. And that's the big thing that I didn't do. And then Ricky was able to teach me how to toy around with Luster, and I was like, oh shoot, there's a lot more to this than I thought. Which is why I had to rethink my thoughts about Luster. Oh god, that's gonna overwrite. Yeah. After playing Luster, playing again, old classes feel like they are older man with the abomination time issue. It sucks that some of these Scion classes are just better. Once again, like you can still work with some of these old ones. It's just that the ease of these Scions and these successors and how you can easily get to damage without putting out as much is like, oh great, oh damn. I think those are the two big ones, FOMO and Baron. Now, I'm not going to put my 2 cents into this conversation because I cannot. Oh yeah, complex photon darts into simple fuse text prove that old classes fall behind. I'm kind of mad they still don't have the katana one. I want my katana complex technique. Where is that? Where is my katana? There's like a bow but not a katana. Come on. A lot of specials on the field. What is going on? Ahem, Zandy. Okay, so apparently you're a Zandy main. I see, I see. I don't know, like, I feel like that's kind of rare, but at the same time, I guess it just depends. Yeah, the frame slides. I just realized most of our time has been at this casino. I agree, a katana one would be nice. I guess that they want to force braveries to have a bow. Don't force me into something. I want to do it naturally, game. Katana got katana combat finisher, that's why. Please. I didn't know at Morphsuit America was for lower damage weapons that fall behind. Oh, This says, I wonder why Zandy doesn't have the higher DPS despite the fastest to attack. That's a good question, I don't know. And I got busted. I'm trying to practice, but it's not a lot of piano playing for me. Ah. I feel like someone's gonna make a video where they can do really well with Zandy. I'll be looking out for that maybe. I don't know. Because there's some things that people would state and say, and then someone kind of comes out of nowhere and they can show otherwise. It's like that one Japanese player that had always stayed with a gunblade, and then now they're able to do well with the gunblade. Or like some other things like, I don't know, like how Sammy does some of her content. Or a lot of the Japanese players as well. They do a lot of testings and boss runs, boss challenges, or something of that nature. I was hoping to see a complex photon action on every weapon, but Sega denied me. Oh, it would have been nice to have it on every weapon. Nah, I'm staying. And then Abby says, at this moment in the state of PSO2 now, especially for Japan, it doesn't anymore what classes, class, and build anyone uses, only because of how damn easy the game is. I guess so. I mean, the only way you can get it to be a challenge is if you get into those challenge modes, or like the highest difficulty, like 100 death Sadame, and then there's also 999 death masquerade. But other than that, yeah, it's like, it's not that bad anymore. Yeah, getting Luster 295 immediately is a giant plus side. Because you'll just unlock all of that other stuff that is locked to you. Dexter's even 100 deaths of damage isn't that hard. Yeah, I guess in a sense he's just a giant sponge that actually just hits hard. Because, once again, if you played 50 times against him, it's like, oh yeah, no, I know your patterns. And I got 1,100 from that. Spirit says, I'm a main DS fighter, making a steal for Luster because I definitely want to make crafts for fighter. In any case, doesn't crafts require 50 Shiva modules? It requires, what was it, 10, 10, 25? So it's gonna be, this is for the unit pieces, so it's gonna be 45 Shivas. Shivas aren't as bad, it's the other modules you need a lot of. Alright, so... I'll stay. Because I don't know if this thing's gonna pull a special. Matrix sucks. Cox. wait, hold up. I feel like he said something. Wait, did that guy... Hold up. Let me see if this gets censored. It doesn't look censored on my screen. Is it censored on your screen? It is for me. Okay, so yeah. I busted again. Oh yeah, that's what, 2021 stuff? Yeah, that 2021 for Japan is gonna start booming again. Graphical update, we got the Whip and Badge 2021, anniversary events kicking in, revivals. There's a lot of good stuff, and I will most likely go back over there when that happens. For a bit. The problem is I already beat or got most of the endgame stuff, so it's like, what am I gonna do? And then there's also the web panel bonuses kicking in too. Alright, so I'll be streaming for another good maybe 30 before I end up ending the stream. And I got it. I was hoping for a lower number. They just like decided to see what Shad is up to. We're just playing in the casino. Hey there, day. The only reason I really play Japan anymore is to help my alliance friends with DQ ultra hard at TDP. It's all good. That we didn't have the... Oh wow. Evangelion collab. There's a lot of collabs you might be able to get later. I don't know. The thing is, they're doing it out randomly, out of order, because the next one you're getting from what was data mined is that Yamato Battleship one. I don't know if they're gonna backtrack to give you guys the Final Fantasy 14 stuff, the what is it, Evangelion, and then the Evangelion, and then the Monster Hunter one. So I don't know what Global's plans are. I don't know who's making these decisions. Could be a mix of both Sega and Global. Could be just, I don't know. Oh shoot, I'm the one with the 2 specials. Fuck. Oh god, that's bad. Sweet says you should hit if you got 16 or less, but if you got 17 and up, you should stay. It's an absolute rule. It is not an absolute rule, but it helps to increase chances. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sword Art. Sword Art was the free one too, so I'm surprised that's another thing too. Sword Art was actually pretty good. You could have got like so much Kirito stuff, Asuna stuff for free. They had the voice, they had the outfits. Oh, bus, please, thank you. The ones that's in the background. Man, you guys really like this music that's just playing in the background. But then again, I'm not an expert with names, so. Oh my gosh, watch all the Kiritos run around. Most likely I am going to be pulling on the, what is it, these Hyperdimension Neptunia stuff, because I do have some of her gear. Well, I do have her hair. I might want to try to pull for her stuff and then make a Neptune. Or a dark version of a Neptune. It's Tahoe. Tahoe. It's so good. Some of these vocals and these other things. You have all the Kirita sword though. Star Stream Burst or whatever it's called. Actually, I guess since we're on that, like, out of all the collabs, which one would you guys want the most? Like the one that actually has like okay, so out of the 4, which one would you want? Final Fantasy 14, the Monster Hunter one, the Evangelion, or the Sword Art? Which one? Hyperdimension Neptunia is a collab. It is getting revived surprisingly soon for the Japanese PSO2. It was back in what, 2015, 14 they had one of those. So it's been years since they got that. Evangelion in Final Fantasy 14. Oh my god, if they have Hololive, yeah, that would milk a lot of money. Actually, no, what's her name? She did stream PSO2 earlier, didn't she? Or is that later today? I asked because I thought it was from an anime I watched. Oh, okay. It sounds like it. SAO1 because I'm a weeb. Oh, let me go for a 5. Oh, no, I think I lost that chance. Or I'll gamble. In my Odin mag. Man, that Final Fantasy stuff. I wanted to see what the armor looks like on New Genesis. Like, that thing, I love that armor. I want to see it over there. And I busted. Damn it. They also got the One Dance. Yeah. Oh, you did. There's like several people who made a Mori. There's someone on Ship 2 that made one. Someone I know over on the Japanese side. You have one too? Gosh darn. We need to make a Amelia now, or who else? Has anyone tried a Kiara? It's all good. I'm not gonna judge if you like cosplay. I have some cosplay characters as well. Well, it's only Neptune. Well, who is it? It's Iffy, Neptune, and then the red hair one. I think her name is Saturn, I think. I haven't played that one. But they definitely have Neptune's hair. Not like, you know, like, the HDD Neptune. Not regular Neptune. Maybe we should. Do I want to try to do that? It's gonna take some time for me to try to make a cosplay over on the global side. It'll be nice for me to like try to pull like a Hololive girl. Losing me. Oh, her. Okay, that's the name of the red one. Now Go says, gotta try your luck on Arkuma slots. Should I? They do give a lot of the coins. Do I want to just test my luck? Nah. No, I'm not gonna do that for now. I'll just stick with this 21. Wait, Marcus says, hey Morph, any tips, recommendations for grinding Maseta on Japan? I need 60 mil for don't listen to Ricky about that. Alright, let me think. If you're not trying to go for like the big all-rounder stuff, you can farm returners and cracks and try to sell those. Some of those mid-game abilities to get Guardian, so you can try to sell as well. Oh wait, did you just say a Grand Shoot? Oh my god, Grand Shoot is stupid. Okay, never mind. Here's the thing, Marcus. You play the waiting game. You don't buy that, alright? Because that thing is... If I remember correctly, Ricky showed me it's like 200 fucking mil over there. Play the waiting game. Yeah, no. Never mind. Even with you farming crazy and stuff, it's gonna be it's not good. Don't spend 300 mil on that. You wait for the Scratch Revival or like something that gives a Grand Shoot and decrease it. Like, no, don't spend 300 mil on it. Please do not. That's gonna be bad. Like, over in the Japanese PS2, if you're listening in on the stream, over on the Japanese PS2, Grand Shoot especially on ship 2, is non-existent to the point where it is stupidly high compared to all the other grands. So yeah, no, don't try to buy it. Wait, yeah, play the waiting game. You don't want to use your Meseta for that because one, it's a pop item, and do you really want to spend 300 mil on a pop item? Yes, it's that good. A lot of people went R-Attack stuff for Luster, and it's just because, one, not a lot of people are playing, especially on ship 2. Second one is because there's only a few of them. This is how the market can explode in a certain item, especially if certain factors kick in. This is why you need to know how to do the market sometimes. But yeah, the fact that it's at 300 mil is dumb. It's because there's not a lot of people playing the game because of the fact that you don't have a lot of other people selling it. It builds up gradually. This is why sometimes I just gamble on random stuff and just have it in my storage, and then the next second I look at it, it's like, oh shit, this thing actually exploded in value. Yeah, so most likely they will be releasing some of those grand items, markabilities, and you would want to get those or just wait for the price decrease. You should not try to get a pop item for 300 mil. Like, understandable if it's like maybe 50, 100 mil range. I wouldn't really use it at 100 mil range, but it's like, yeah, 300 mil, no, that's so much. The last AC scratch was like 5 months ago. Oh, maybe that's why as well. Either way, that is just too much for a pop item. Even though it's good, it's like you shouldn't be spending that much for it. Like 50 mil, yes, okay. 80 mil, okay, yeah. 100 mil, pushing it, but you know, you might need to do it. 300 mil, hell no. That is 3 times the Meseta cost. And if you can have like 300 mil and everything costs like 100 mil, at the very least you can get 3 of those grand pops at that price if it was 100 mil. No, 300 mil, too much. Times that by 3, 900 mil. No, I am actually going to be ending the stream soon because once again, I'm going to have to do some stuff in real life and also try to release the video talking about the fashion stuff. I do need to edit it. You could, but it's the gamble because I don't know how Global is gonna run their stuff. Because I don't know if they will not revive a lot of the pop items. I just realized I doubled down on a special one. Oh no, motherfucker. I just realized this entire stream is just me, like, just gambling. We just had a support scratch a few weeks ago, and then the special with Psycho Batshot. There's a chance that you might get another one of those popping up at the end of episode 6. So yeah, if you just play the waiting game, good stuff tends to come every now and then. Yeah, I guess I had to make a video breaking down the Guardian Soul thing. That's gonna be the next thing I'm gonna work on. Because like, I think Modron Global at the moment is like potential stock market. I think so. Because here's the thing, if you got, well... No, you guys don't have stage 31 to, what, 30 yet? 31 to 35. Dumb question. Is a rifle phantom based on range power? Hey, look, you asked you the question to make sure. It's all good. Yes. But if you were trying to do all these different weapons, then you may want to try to go for an all-rounder. But it depends on what you main. If you're just maining rifles specifically, R power. For your mag, you want a dex or range. But if you do a dex, you have the option of... what is it? You have the option of having all the other attack types as well. If you decide to swap around. And then Speed says, in my case, I'm spending 1,440 badges, but yeah, it's a pain, Guardian, so... once again, you really do need to prep it, so... I'll be most likely making a video breaking it down. Because I'm gonna have to address all these different other, approaches for it. I could release the one that I already did, talk about the SAT math, well, that one's just to stress that SAT method. But rifle is far more fun for me. I have fun with the rifle too, that's why I main it. And it's also one of the casual weapons I can just get into without having to do as much. Granted that I do have to kind of pay attention to some stuff when stuff goes south, like if my HP goes to 50, it's like, oh yeah, no, I need to correct myself. Now trying to do all that with like low gear is just a different story. I think X-Core modules are worth selling because Glib will eventually get the 4-man trigger and yeah, it will be. That is true. I did forget about that one. Also, if you're trying to farm for crack 2, you might want to play the waiting game, because if they do release that certain trigger, limited quest, you also get the episode 6 one, which is a lot easier to farm for the cracks as well. Yeah, to heal yourself, Megaverse would be, what? Megaverse is that dark ball thing? That is really good. The moment someone told me about that, I was like, oh shoot, I should be using this more than, Resta. MFG says, I find rifle phantom hard. I'd rather go katana. Everyone got their own playstyle, so I can respect that. Not only that, like, I don't feel like there's a lot of katanas for main katana users. Oh, maybe I should consider that. I might want to give that spread needle a shot then if it's like that. Lee says rifle is so good on PP, Rod's best PH weapon, a lot of iframes, and then katana's cool, but so bad on PP. Now, all the weapons are fun to toy around with. It's good to also know that, especially if you were to solo like a boss that would resist you or have little gimmicks like Masquerade. I'm a gamble. Oh wow, that's nice. The issue with Phantom and Luster is a lot of time it's good to lock on to stuff. Use an orb katana. Is it because of key bindings or... my location is exposed. Oh wow, that was a gamble. Should have stopped, but I was like, nah, let me push. Oh, I said I was gonna do some extra quests, but I just realized I did not do that. The entire time I was just playing over here in the casino. Kun's like, oh shit, we gambling? What's up, Morph and chat? Hey there, Kun, how you doing? That also happens when a park breaks. I'm gonna try that spread needle. Yeah, that spread needle sounds fun to toy around with. I forgot that it does have its own little gimmick. I think I have enough to try to get one of those. Wait. Oh, okay, so you're explaining that. So fast you look like a One Punch Man doing side steps. Are you winning some? Hey. I don't know. Am I? We'll see. Am I winning this round? Nope, I did not win. Damn it, crew. You can buy them with badges. I got mine with with 8 really strong affixes. The only downside is I have no S ability slots. Yeah, some of these old weapons don't have. Well, is it old? I don't remember. Some of the weapon series don't have them, but it's still a fun gun still. Like, I knew one person who would like go out of the way to try to collect everything. They were trying to collect a bunch of swords, and they would literally go out of the way to try to collect everything. They started doing that too, like before they released a bunch of easy methods to get them. Never uses a single weapon on Masquerade unless you are Luster. I mean, some people are able to do it. It's just that, yeah, it gets to the point where it becomes resist, and then it's like, oh, shoot. And then this guy does a 5 of a kind. F you. If you're doing a lot of mark popping, then yes, resistance can be an alternative. And that's if you really rely on those popping. So if you don't really do that a bunch, then I wouldn't recommend that weapon. Like, some of these weapons are very niche. You have to have a certain gimmick to it. Like that one, the resonance rifle, that one talks about how popping a mark can give you percent damage. And if you're doing rifle, you can, I think you could build that up easily. I think Rod could do that as well. You can use one weapon on mask on levels below 100. I haven't done that sort of thing for death. The one that I did with the Extreme Quest, I did try to kill it in one go with rifle. That didn't play out well because eventually it just nerfed everything that I was doing. That's why I had to swap between the katana and then the rifle. Could have used a rod, but I do have a specific character for that. Well, you made 2k casino coins, so I consider that a win. Bet it all on roulette. I don't think I want to bet it all on roulette. This is the collection folder weapons for Phantom and JP seem bad compared to the Hero the 12 ones. Forgot to. Yeah, no, yeah, those things are bad. Like the 12 one, it's actually pretty good, especially if you like spam laser. There's a certain rod that will give you a damage boost because you're using the same arts multiple times. And that's why I was like, wait a second, if I'm kind of being lazy with a 12, why did I go for it still one? And I could have gone for that. But yeah, the Phantom one and the Hero one, I don't think they're as good. Oh wow, I earned a lot of coins. How many coins was it? It was like 650. It's like 4 or 5k coins I was earning just like chilling here, just gambling away. Dang. And we're getting a lot of these Badabonias things too. Alright, so I am most likely going to try to push to 6 unless something shitty happens. Don't remember the SS since I don't play Ranger or Rifle Phantom. Oh shoot. I really did push my luck. Oh well. I really wanted that 5 of kind. Need to get bus 2, watch. It's raining too. Oh. So yeah, I'm gonna scheme up some stuff. Tomorrow it is not PSO2. I did want to play Dark Souls yesterday, but I just, you know, wanted to get weeklies out of the way. So tomorrow's gonna be a Dark Souls 3 stream. Saturday is gonna be most likely XCOM maybe. Sunday will be maybe Genshin or Honkai. Then we'll be mixing up some stuff next week. I have to make a schedule. Because it's going to be at various times. It's not going to just be in the usual times that I've been doing stuff. It's going to be swapping around again. And there's like a lot of projects that I do want to try to experiment. It just depends on the weather outside. Oh shoot, I lost a good, but it's not as bad, but losing a bit. Come on, you fluff ball, let me go. Let me get more. And sadly, tomorrow I'm not drinking. I would love to try to play like Dark Souls 3 with under the influence of alcohol, but no, I kind of already pushed it yesterday, and I don't think I can do that back to back to back. That would kill me. A 12 wand is the most damn boring thing ever. I thought Summoner was the most boring until I discovered a 12 wand. It's so look, I'll admit this, guys. I was super lazy with a 12 at some points, and I just went literally laser route with a 12. Now I am gonna most likely fiddle with it, but yeah, I literally use wand for a lot of things, like farming divides. If I have multiple characters that are able to do wands only, it's like I go on them. MD4, what do you mean? Hey there, Core, how you doing? You finally decided to pop up. And then because like a 12 wand is boring if you choose to be. I use that as the lazy class, like well, it's a good class. You should flesh it out. Don't do what I did, which was pretty much I use a 12 to just go through a bunch of my divides. It gets to a point where I get bored of divides, so I end up going on to a character that can do a 12 and then give them a wand, and then I just go on autopilot while half-assing a lot of stuff. It's like I'm using at least like maybe 10% of my brain when doing it. But like it's a good class. Don't do that though in like publics and stuff. Like I did it with my pals because they're my pals and they were my farming buddies. To the point where I did some stuff and they kind of got mad at me because like I did some ridiculous stuff that didn't, you know, wouldn't play well if you were in an MPA. I was in class. Okay, I'm not gonna read that part. I thought you would whoop my butt if I'm not taking school seriously. You ain't wrong about that, I guess. Oh, mother... Why do you do this? Not only that, I remember that Dave was telling me like he helped someone cheese their expert requirement with just wand alone. Okay, I was super lucky that he broke. He broke. Alright, if I get 6,000, that's where I'm gonna call it. Then I gotta get ready. I'm gonna have to talk to, gotta scheme up some stuff for my other recording. Psh, please. So yeah, at the very least, I'll once again, like, with that video Kuropi did, yeah, that was not good at all. I'm gonna have to talk to him and see if I can break down some stuff for him. I am gonna do my own video on that though. Because I haven't really done a very specific video talking about that form. God damn it. Well, I gambled low. Another question, is there any actual difference using Monaco doo-doo and enhancing? Nope. Because they're gonna torture you still. The biggest thing is that pray to the RNG gods, you don't have the very, very unfortunate thing that it's pretty much a horror story on the Japanese side. There have been times when people have 100% of fixed augment rate, and sometimes it failed at 100%. So that's the extreme, and you don't want to set extreme. Man, I hate it when I pull a 10. Like, if you're failing back to back, you want to switch blocks and hope that it kind of mess up that mojo flow, and you get a success. And the other thing is, like, if there's a bunch of failures in a row, there's going to be a chance that a success will kick in. So, yeah, you can't really predict them. It's complete RNG. Nah. I seen that, or I seen someone that actually failed at 100%, which is weird. Which is the big outlier of it all, so hopefully that does not happen to anyone on Global. But yeah, I've seen people fail at 99%. I kind of failed a couple at 99%. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna, go to someone else, fuck you. Or change blocks because of you, doo-doo. Go to the other doo-doo in block 21, yeah. That could be a thing, yeah. Some of them, it just also depends on your RNG. Because in the past, I used to do Monica, but I don't know, she's kind of a wild card now. Because sometimes I grind stuff and then Monica doesn't do stuff, Doo-Doo just does a lot better. And then there's moments where Monica can actually pull through with some of my augments and fixes, and then Doo-Doo can just be an annoying man. So we're not winning at all. The big one who's winning is are those two, but not only that, when it comes to us using XQs as well, that NPC is getting a lot of our money's worth. The big things about me is that sometimes I gamble really hard to the point where I just start doing something really dumb. I remember one time that I really gambled with like a 10% and it actually worked, and I was staring at, I think it was Monica, because Monica was the one that kind of worked with me, and I was like, huh, you actually made this work. Okay, Monica, this is so weird of you. And then later on when I tried to use her again, it's like, nope. Especially when I start recording, sometimes Monica's like, oh no, I'm gonna fuck your day. I'm gonna fuck your recording hard. And it's like, oh great, I'm actually stuck with you, Monica, why? Is there any way for me to share pics with you? Not through the chat, but in the Discord you can. Yeah, Discord would be a good one. I am going to be putting a special chat text channel soon in there, and it's in reference to a future video that I plan to do. I will most likely have said video on that tab. But yeah, there should be a screenshot one. Wait, you love Monica's voice? Monica's voice is alright if she didn't frustrate me when I give her expensive stuff. I would have been happy if she does not destroy it. And then I might have, take a liking to her voice, but no. Sometimes when she destroys my stuff, it's like, Monica, I don't care if you're kind of, being nice and stuff. Oof. What the f- Someone got wrecked by this thing. It's fluffball. I just realized I'm still halfway there. Lee says, I think Doo-Doo let me make Omega Memoria of every Catalyst units a few times. Not that bad. Yeah, sometimes I just rage and I just toss everything out. What the heck is this song? Did it just change a playlist on me? No, it's this thing. It's just very loud, apparently. Huh. Which I don't mind. Good vocal. Huh. Let me see if I get 5. Nope, I can't get 5 anymore. Never mind. Oof. Oh yeah, there's another little trick that I was talking about. I didn't realize that it might appeal to those who are playing global. I will reveal said trick later. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be the last game, guys, even though I didn't hit the 6K mark. Gotta go and get ready to do some stuff in real life and then do some recording. And also have a talk with Karopi. See if he wants me to give him a one-on-one breakdown on how to go about it. Yeah, sometimes I hate that too. It's like, oh yeah, you use a protection now, it's good. It's like, wait, why didn't you make it work in the first place? But it is what it is. That would be really good, or at least like, if they push it to 20, 25, that's godlike. I mean, the highest we got was 18%, and that was really good. I didn't take advantage of it, sadly. All Monica is good for is harmony. Oh god, when failing your crap, blah blah, Voodoo just me. Alright, so thank you Neptune Studio, and I cannot read your name, but the person's out hopping about for playing around with me in the casino, so I Japan. So let me read off the chat. So thank you, Ricky, Abby, Crew, Rin. Or, excuse me, Lynn. Studio. Lise, Coral, Derek, Kun, Crew, MFG, Speed, now go Marcos and Marcus. Anyone else who's in the chat and lurking about, thanks for watching. I will start doing a bunch of stuff off screen now. I am streaming tomorrow, most likely it's going to be in the evening, where I do Dark Souls 3 run. I'm not going to be drunk, sadly, but I'm going to beat the shit out of stuff in that game. So, if you want to come and watch, go ahead. I have a Discord and Twitter. Best way to actually know when I stream. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.